Well, all week long, we've been talking about how the PGF is a marathon and not a sprint. Well, tonight, we are finally at the finish line of that marathon. Live from Decatur, Alabama, we welcome you to the PGF Season 5 finale.
Welcome to Season 5 playoffs of the PGF. Coming to the mat first, representing Team Epic Roll, the jabroni grappler, Elijah Carlton!
Well, the man needs no introduction. Elijah Carlton making the walk the #1 seed after it all shook out in the regular season, and he wants to shine once again as he closes out this PGF run here in the playoffs. Back to Stephen Aiken for his opponent.
Coming to the stage next, representing Epic Roll, Sam the Terminator Schwartz.
Sam Schwartzfeld found himself on the outside looking in of the playoffs, but obviously an injury can shake things up. And BMAC, he was the top, rated player outside the playoffs. He gets the call and back in the playoffs.
Yeah, Matt Elkins forced to withdraw from the tournament at the last second. And so Sam Schwartz, by having a great regular season, is awarded, but he gets awarded with an 8 seed in Elijah Carlton in round 1. Not much of an award.
And here we go. First quarterfinal of this playoff tournament is underway.
And these are 10-minute EBI rules matches. So during the regular season, there's plenty of opportunity for draws. There's no decisions, but oh my goodness, Elijah going to the triangle right away. But there's going to be no decisions here tonight, and there's going to be no draws here tonight. We will settle each of these matches in EBI overtime if it comes down to it. Important to note, 4 extra minutes to work is a long time, almost double the time of a regular PGF's regular season match.
Another interesting thing will be if somebody can actually draw Elijah Carlton into those EBI overtime rounds. We've never seen him in EBI overtime in the PGF.
Oh my goodness. Tosses Sam overhead. Ooh, Sam reaching back to his hip. Did you see that?
I did.
Wonder what that was about. Sam got to be careful. Elijah getting into his setup here. This is his patented triangle setup.
We've seen it so many times.
Turns it into an arm drag, forces Sam to retreat back to his butt.
Trying to lock up this triangle now. Arm
the
bar,
arm,
there's
he
the
got
tap. It is done. Elijah Carlton on his way to the semifinals as he gets a tap of Sam Schwartzfeld here in regulation. To make this one official, it's Stephen Aiken.
And your winner from Epic Roll, the jabroni grappler, Elijah Carlton.
1 down, 2 to go for Elijah Carlton as he hunts for a PGF playoff title here in Season 5. And nice sign of sportsmanship as he raises the hand of Sam Schwartzfeld. Your thoughts, B-Mac, on how that one played out?
I mean, Sam's a warrior, but he's up against the jabroni. Jabroni's #1 for a reason.
All right, to chat with the jabroni, we go back to Stephen Aiken.
#1 seed coming in, took out one of your teammates from the season. A little bit of a question from some people about that, how you guys were going to fare against your teammates. What can we expect the rest of the night?
Man, Sam's tough. Props to him. I didn't know Sam before this, but we became pretty good friends over the week, and he's a real good dude. Honored to have a match with him. Him and his company, ProPen Sports, decided to sponsor me after night 1 of competing, so shout out to ProPen Sports. Go check them out. Shout out to my sponsor, the Daily Triangle. Shout out to my team, 10th Planet Atlanta. Sean Applegate, the fucking man. Let's fucking go.
Thank you, Elijah. Representing Epic Roll, the Minnesota Maniac, Nicholas Creighton.
Minnesota Maniac Nick Creighton, a member of Team Epic Roll. Again, help me out here. What was Creighton's record throughout the regular season?
All right, so he had 7 wins and 5 draws, no losses. 2 kills, 5 breaks. Very dangerous with those leg entanglements. But again, important to know, no one actually submitted him.
Good to know. We'll see how he fares tonight in the playoffs. And his opponent, now on his way to the mat, we go back to Stephen Aiken.
And his opponent, representing Toehold, the Russian Nightmare, Fyodor Nikolov.
Fyodor Nikolov on his way to the mat here in the first quarterfinal. And BMAC, this is a great matchup. I mean, obviously all the top 8 competitors competing, but you know, the opening rounds of a tournament, sometimes not as fire as this.
This is a big one, and this is a big moment for both of these guys. A win right here puts them into the next round with a chance to face Elijah and stake their claim as the new king of the PGF potentially.
PGF Season 5 brought to you by Ghost. Visit them at iamghost.com. All right, we are set for our second quarterfinal. It is the Minnesota Maniac taking on the Russian Nightmare and Fyodor Nikolov. Usually when Minnesotans and Russians square off, it's on the hockey rink, but tonight it's the jiu-jitsu mat.
And no surprise here, Nick comes out, pulls guard right away, very aggressive. We saw all week long, so dangerous with his front headlock and leg lock pair as an attack. He shows you one just to get the other. He's so good with that sequence, but we've also seen over and over again that Fedor is one of the best closed guard players in the world, and if you get stuck in his closed guard, it's pretty much a death sentence.
An interesting thing, both of these competitors have wins over Hasem Rita. Creighton actually got a heel hook, and Fyodor got him in EBI overtime.
We were there for that, TJ.
That's right, 5-pass invitational.
We love the 5-pass invitational.
That's right. It's another event that takes place in Las Vegas.
Indeed.
And if you haven't heard, PGF Season 6 coming to Las Vegas this March, announced just a few moments ago by Brandon Mccaghren.
Nick keeps gripping towards the head, trying to get a collar tie established. Fedor shaking him off every time. Nick reaches underneath. He takes the toes, sweeps Fedor back, exposes an opportunity for the leg just momentarily, but Fedor back to his base, looking to pass. Ooh, man, we know he's so good right here. If he can get to the inside of Creighton's knee shield, he hits that slow knee cut. We saw him hit it so many times this season.
Our action here on the floor as we approach the 2-minute mark of regulation. Again, EBI rules here. I want to thank our sponsor, Gen X Refined, merging the jiu-jitsu and rock and roll cultures together. You can visit them at genxrefined.com, tell you more about their unique and innovative styles here as we roll on at PGF Season 5 in the playoffs. BMAC, I know the get-down rule wasn't in play at all during the regular season. Is that something to keep an eye on, or is there no get-down rule here in the playoffs?
No, we're not running the get-down rule tonight. I just wanted to keep it as simple as possible for the guys. So as little intervention from the referees as possible. We've had a long week to try to figure this thing out. And so I'm going to let them settle it on the mats tonight.
Creighton trying the leg attack, but Fedor able to hang tough with it.
But he does end up in the top position. Looking to pass the guard to Fedor. Fedor wants that overhook over on his left arm. Nick doing a good job of hiding that so far. There it is. We'll probably look for Fedor to take control of the right wrist or possibly Nick's left wrist. But ends up having to bail on that attack, and he'll come up looking to pass now. And we're just now approaching the 6-minute mark. We're used to seeing these things blow past. We've still got 6.5 minutes left. That's a full PGF regular season match plus.
I wonder how much they feel that, you know, having that, you know, quick sort of regulation period now considerably longer.
He tried that knee cut. I would think that they're going to feel it quite a bit, especially if, you know, they make it through the first. Let's say they have the winner of this match has a long match. It goes to overtime and it gets drawn out. Maybe he even has to, like, survive an arm lock in overtime or something. And then he has another tough match in round 2. By the time the playoff, the finale rolls around, the actual final match for the championship, it's going to be a lot of wear and tear on the body. These tournaments, especially these EBI rules tournaments, are very tough. Neither guy really been able to get anything going so far, though. Fedor attacking the head, looking to use that to knee cut, perhaps.
And while I think they have been aggressive trying to get their game going, they haven't, you know, sold out as much as maybe you would, considering that this is a much longer round, 10 minutes here in regulation. Speaking of which, we're approaching the halfway point of regulation. 5 minutes down, 5 to go here in the second quarterfinal of the PGF playoffs.
Again, Nick employing his knee shield, Z-guard, to try to keep Fedor off of him. And as long as he's got that knee stuck in the hip, it's going to be hard for Fedor, well, basically impossible for Fedor to hit his trademark knee cut pass. But if Fedor can get his right hip, maybe his rib cage on the inside of there. Oh, I like this play by Fedor. Tries to turn. Oh, Nick getting in on a leg, though. He's got a nice entry here. Fedor got to watch this. Fedor a very good leg locker, too, though. It's going to be tough to put him out of here. This is great control by Creighton. Controlling the secondary leg. And Fedor, see him hiding his own leg there. Creighton trying to trade the heel hook over to the other side. He wants to bring that foot to the bottom side so he can isolate the heel without the other leg in to defend.
Now we're at that 6-minute mark. 6 minutes have elapsed, so if this were a regular season match, it'd be over.
No draws tonight. Not in this tournament, at least. May see some in the quintet.
So with that big EBI overtime win, you'd have to think that Fyodor has the leg up when it comes to EBI overtimes.
The leg up, huh?
See what I did there?
Here's a nice opportunity. He's got an inside heel hook entry. He's
There's
got
the
it!
tap. Wow!
Nick Creighton with a huge win over Fedor.
The Minnesota Maniac on his way to the semifinals. He submits the Russian in regulation. A huge statement for Nick Creighton. Let's make this one official. Here's Stephen Aiken.
And your winner representing Epic Roll, Nick Creighton.
Fired up, Nick Creighton getting the win over Fyodor Nikolov. Our winner here in the second quarterfinal of this PGF playoff, powered by Ghost. Visit them at imghost.com. What a huge victory for the Minnesota Maniac, Nick Creighton.
What a beautiful entry. Great gripping, great braking mechanics. Just a huge win for Nick Creighton.
All right, we're going to chat with them. We go to Stephen Aiken.
Nick, great match. You took out one of the toughest competitors in the field for sure just then. How's it feel getting through Fedor?
I just want to say it feels really good. I know early on in the season, he was ranked just one above me, and I felt a lot of pressure because the guys, they put me one above during the draft, and I felt it was my job to show that I deserved that spot. Not only that, but I didn't get to face Fedor during the season. One of the matches that, you know, unfortunately we didn't get to see, and now we got to see it here. Fedor was a hell of an opponent. I enjoyed the match, and I look forward to doing the next one.
Okay, Nick, we appreciate it. And by the way, I'm the one that put you in that spot in the draft.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
What a huge win for Nick Creighton, getting it done over Fyodor Nikolov in regulation. We're going to see him later tonight as he has solidified his status as a semifinalist. He'll take on the Jabroni Grappler. And this is the number 2 seed, and almost anointed as a finalist, not only by himself, but Elijah Carlton saying it's inevitable that they will square off. But anything can happen in a tournament, and you got to get wins, and we'll see if Travis Thomas can do that. Now it's time for his opponent to make the walk back to Stephen Aiken.
And his opponent coming to the stage, representing toe hold, Landon Tourville.
If anybody can throw a wrench into the plan, it's this man. One of the biggest standouts of Season 5, Landon Tourville. He would love to pull off what would be the biggest win, potentially of his career here. Definitely the biggest win of his Season 5 by getting past the number 2 seed. But again, if anybody can do it, Landon Tourville, he's proven to be very difficult, Egghead.
Yeah, there definitely are 2 breakout stars of Season 5. Guys who had like basically no footage of them grappling ahead of time. You know, Travis Thomas, a professional mixed martial artist. You look up him in videos, you see him knocking people out. And again, men are mystery, Landon Tourville. However, Travis Thomas got him with a triangle on that last block at the last day of the season. So he's got to have the mental edge here, you got to think.
All right, we are underway again. Traditional EBI overtime, or EBI rules rather, for our playoffs.
Travis is already in on a submission.
For the guillotine, right?
He's looking for the anaconda here.
Pardon me.
He's looking to punch through for the anaconda. Here it comes. Using his leg to try to move the elbow of Landon Tourville out of position. Landon, check it out though, using his own left leg to protect his arm. Oh, now Travis reaching through, and he's got those long arms. He's going to finish that.
There it is.
Oh, wow.
The number 2 seed on his way to the semifinals. Travis Thomas making quick work of Landon Tourville, getting the submission in regulation. To make this one official, here's Stephen Aiken.
And your winner representing level, the Mantis, Travis Thomas.
It was a heck of a run for Landon Tourville, but Travis Thomas dispatches him here in the first round of the PGF Season 5 playoffs. Nicely done by the Mantis. And so far, so good for those that are cheering on the possibility of an Elijah Carlton, Travis Thomas finale. All right, the Mantis now will speak with Stephen Aiken.
Travis, great start to the night for you. I know what's on your mind. Nothing but that championship. Tell us what we need to know.
Just see me in the finale, beating up Elijah, Boston Crab Trap probably. That's what it's gonna be.
Oh, he's not there no more.
Why you do that to those guys? They're innocent, bro.
I'm sorry, that's usually where Elijah sits.
All right, Travis, thank you, man.
Thank you.
Some people in the front row going, what did we do?
that was dirty.
Yeah.
Cold-blooded.
All
We'd
right.
love to see it.
Coming to the stage next, representing level, rated R, Kamoy Anderson.
Kamoy Anderson hopes to prove that his victory was no fluke, trying to pick up where he left off. Egghead, what do you expect this match to look like with the longer regulation period?
Well, it's kind of interesting because last time we saw Kamoy bring Maximus into him to bring him on top and then got him in that truck position, got that calf slicer. He might try to do it again, or he might use his size and just get on top of Max and cook him for a while. I think we've seen that from Kamoy in other formats, and it's worked for him very well.
Bottom line, adjustments are going to have to be made probably on both sides, and Max Jolly plans to show off those adjustments in this match. For the Rock Troll Stroll, the introduction, we go to Stephen Aiken.
And his epic roll opponent, the Rock Troll, Maximus Jolly.
A fan favorite. Taking it in. Maximus
I like those
Prime
sideburns,
Jolly.
dude. Those
Oh,
sideburns are off the charts.
I just like that club.
I like the contrast between his rash guard that says mostly peaceful, but he's got a big old club he's dragging.
Well, he hasn't used it for violence yet.
Speaks softly and carries a big club.
Something like that. That's good.
I like how every time he walks out with that club, the walk gets more pronounced and the club starts to be heavier and heavier. He's really falling into the role, you know.
If Max Jolly has his way, we'll be seeing that Rock Troll Stroll at least 2 more times here tonight. But tough ask and a tough out standing in front of him and Rated R Kamoy Anderson. TJ DeSantis, Brandon Mccaghren, along with Egghead inside Becoming Church. It is the site of PGF Season 5. And our final quarterfinal here of this PGF playoff run is underway.
A little bit of tension, we'll call it, between these two guys. After that win, Kamoy, of course, became the first person to submit the rock troll in PGF competition over the course of 2 seasons. And he jumped on the mic, Max did, after the show and was talking to you guys, and he said he got lucky. It's whatever.
That's a quote.
Yes, it is.
And you see the difference already between Maximus on day 3 and now. On day 3, he was backing up in this position, but now he's going forward.
I think we're going to see Kamoy employ a very cautious strategy until he sees what he wants, and then we're going to see him hit it hard, hit it fast. And I think we're going to see him, if he can get his grips locked around Max, we're going to see him bully him. One thing to watch for, though, in that body lock pass, Kamoy a very competent body locker, but Max has a phenomenal shoulder crunch sweep in attack. We saw him use that in Season 4. We've seen him use it. I believe we saw him use it earlier this week, and he's very, very good in that position. I know he set up Nick South, who ended up beating Reese Lefevre last season. You know, Reese ended up winning the whole tournament, and Max able to sweep Nick with that shoulder crunch sweep and move him into a triangle choke. So that's the battle technically to watch for, I think.
And fans, your eyes do not deceive you. You have the smallest competitor this season against one of the largest right now.
I would say the largest. Either him or Travis. Travis maybe was a little bit bigger, but Travis is like 6'4".
Yeah.
As far as who's the thickest, it's Kamoy, dude. Kamoy is a strong son of a gun. And Max wants to get into close guard. I think that's an interesting choice. Let's see what he chooses to do with it. He's looking to clear the head early, and Kamoy shuts him down.
2.5 minutes down here in regulation. Again, we are scheduled for 10 full minutes in our regulation period in this 8-man tournament. QR code still live today if you'd like to donate and help support your favorite athlete. Scan those. Just put the athlete's name in the note. We'll make sure it gets to where you want it to go.
Like you said, Brandon, this whole season Kamoy's been very deliberate, taking his time, getting the positions he wanted, and we saw that, he got 5 wins that way because he got what he wanted, but then he also accepted 7 draws that way. Of course, now he has an additional 4 minutes to work.
And he has no chance at a draw. It will be decided in EBI overtime at least. But we will walk out with a definitive winner.
We said before, Maximus did have that 1 loss to Kamoy. He had 6 wins this season, 5 draws, and he had the highest break percentage of any competitor with 50%. So half the time he hit the mat, he's getting a break.
I love the stats. You're the man, Egghead.
Thank you.
4 minutes down, 6 to go. Again, a spot in the semifinals on the line to face Travis Thomas.
Kamoy goes to stand. I think he wanted to lift Max to try to get that reset.
I think he's looked for it a couple times, but Max has been able to, shut it down. And there he flowered in and grabbed that leg.
Yeah, he hooked the leg to stop Kamoy from posturing all the way up and getting Max to the point where his spine was parallel with the floor. When the spine goes parallel with the floor, we force the athlete who's on the bottom position, who's being lifted, to let go of the lock. In this case, it would have been the closed guard. But even if they were caught in a triangle choke, if you get lifted up above the waist, back parallel to the floor, we're going to reset it. And the jabroni out there booing this match.
Well, they all can't be the jabroni.
There can only be one jabroni. Oh, look at this. Kamoy willingly rolls over to his back, and Max had a look of confusion on his face.
Why'd he do that?
I think Kamoy feels that he can escape this position easier than he can escape the close guard. Oh, he's just rolling over, throwing his hands up like, come on, are you going to do anything?
And we've seen Kamoy hit a lot of triangles. So he get back to his close guard. He loves that triangle game.
Kamoy now getting his hip to the inside. Goes to make a move, and Max shuts him down, stays mounted. Max keeps those ankles crossed there, making it difficult for Kamoy to actually start making a move towards his escape.
Now, Max is again, the smallest competitor this season. Will he be able to cook Kamoy?
No. So, you see what I'm saying? As soon as he opened that guard, Kamoy just threw him off. Kamoy going to pull guard and force Max to pass. And I like this. I like this choice by Kamoy. It wasn't going the way he wanted. He had confidence that he could just give up that mount. And now Kamoy wrestles up, but where are you going to end up if you wrestle up? Right on top of the spot that you just willingly gave up mount to get out of.
3.5 minutes remain here in regulation.
Kamoy loves that ankle pick.
Anderson welcomes the rock roll back to the center of the mat.
Brandon, what do you think Max's path to victory is here?
Well, Max can heel hook anybody. If he can get into his heel hook game, if he can get a good entry, get a bite on Kamoy's legs, a lot of Kamoy's movements, and we've talked about it, they rely on explosiveness. And he's a very good and technical player, as we've seen all week long. Some of his setups and finishes have been some of the best highlights of the whole season. So I'm not making a comment on him having a lack of technical ability at all. But some of his movements, sometimes he just goes, boom, I'm going to explode and try to move. And if Max can get a bite and shut down that initial explosive movement of Kamoy, he could get in on a leg. He tries the front head, but again, Kamoy just it doesn't seem like he feels like he's in any danger at all.
3/4 of this match have elapsed, and you mentioned the leg attack game of Max Jolly. Yes, he can definitely submit anybody from that position, but he can't if it's in overtime.
Kamoy, you saw him try to bait Max over into side control. He wanted to flip that truck on him. That's the same move he hit him with during the regular season. Made the same exact play. Went to his bottom of his side control. Tempted Max to take side control. And when he did, he swims through with that octopus guard, sets up the truck, and he got the calf crush. He tried to do the same thing there, and then him and Max exchanged a little I mean, they were both giggling about it. So good sportsmanship, but they both knew what was happening there.
So Max lost the semifinal match in season 4 of the finale to Dane Leak in EBI overtime.
Max clearing the head, but he's really pulling on that foot, though. Got to make sure that he's taking care of his knee. Kamoy, an explosive guy. Max got to be careful with that angle. Yeah, he didn't like that angle. And Kamoy now getting on. It looks like he wants to try a knee bar, going for that dog bar, but Max, and there's the pass into side control. And now Kamoy, with just a minute to work, finds himself in this position that has paid off for him all week long, this triangle sugar hold setup that he does from side control. But he's running out of time.
B-Mac, if this goes another 50 seconds or so here and we get to overtime, is Kamoy Anderson the favorite grappler under those traditional EBI overtime rules?
I think so, yes. I think so. Just the size alone, even if their skill sets were close, the size gap alone would make me put the favor towards Kamoy.
Inside the final 30 seconds here.
We're going to see overtime. Oh, Kamoy's sitting through with this case.
10 seconds. 3, 2,
There we go. 10 minutes in the books. We are headed to overtime. I want to remind you, traditional EBI overtime rules in play. 1 round minimum, 3 rounds maximum. There is a top and bottom half to each overtime. Fastest submission will win. If we go the distance after 3 overtimes, we will add up the control time to crown a winner. Top of the first here, Kamoy Anderson getting in on the back of the rock troll, Max Jolly.
Yeah, look for a lot of rotation from Max. He almost rolled off the stage last season.
We are underway, top of the first.
2-minute maximum ride time. So if there's no submission after 2 minutes, then we go into the next round. Kamoy losing a little bit of contact on the back. Max did exactly what you said. Tried to roll and spin.
Ooh. Now switching off maybe this armbar here.
Kamoy staying on it, though.
And he's nice and free. About 27 seconds of ride time there. We'll call it 28 on our clock.
28.6 is the official time.
28.6.
I'm keeping the official time.
The commish, multitasking here. I spoke to Max Jolly earlier. He said in overtime he might look for that spiderweb position, but it looks like he's setting up here on the back to start his half of the first overtime.
You know, usually, TJ, we always have to say the unofficial clock.
Right. No, not here, the PGF.
Today is the official overtime clock, presented by Brandon.
Max Jolly has already lost that left hook.
I'm almost surprised he doesn't do the double unders with such broad shoulders on Kamoy.
There's the escape for Kamoy Anderson, and he's out to a pretty big lead. Just 15 seconds of control time there by the rock troll. So now we're headed to the top of the second overtime. Anderson back on the rock troll's back once again. See some rotation already there for Max Jolly. Trying to lock up. Now coming into the mount, but he's on that arm triangle.
So he's going to get to keep the position. Let's see what he does with it. He moved right into an attempted submission, so the position is allowed to continue.
Trying to make some space, trying to lessen the pressure as Max Jolly.
Just has to clear that arm.
He's got to clear that elbow.
Coming up on a minute of control time here as Kamoy Anderson continues to attack this head and arm choke.
Kamoy starting to creep that elbow back up. Max has to clear that elbow.
Really two battles here. One, the submission that the rock troll's trying to escape. The other, doing so with some urgency as we're close to a minute and a half control time. And there it is. A lot of time there racked up in terms of control time for rated R Kamoy Anderson. Now headed to the bottom of the second overtime. Maximus Jolly on the back of Anderson once again.
Surprised he didn't go to spiderweb.
We thought about switching off to the arm immediately. Max crossing his feet in the middle. And now Kamoy shakes the bottom hook. First part of the escape has begun. Another quick escape for Kamoy.
All right, headed to the top of the third. Anderson has had some success taking the back here of Maximus Jolly, and he'll elect to do so again in this third and final frame here of overtime.
Max just really not showing the urgency that he needs to escape these positions. He's got to be careful here.
Yeah, he was a lot more explosive in that finale of season 4.
Well, and in the first round of the overtimes here, he tried to make that roll, that rock troll roll, all the way across the stage to escape the position. Kamoy able to hang on to him for about 30 seconds in that first round, but Kamoy built up 88.5 seconds of ride time in round 2 versus Max 19.34. And Kamoy already up past the 40-second mark now on his ride.
Do you just think the increased size and strength of Kamoy is just wearing him down?
I think it makes a huge difference. Kamoy switching off to a rear triangle. He wants to take his time here, though. Now going to switch out to the arm lock, maybe. Kamoy trades back to the back. So nice work by Kamoy, just moving effortlessly through the different attack sequences, or options, I should say. Showed him a rear triangle. He showed him the back attack. He showed him the potential for an arm lock. Then back to the back again. Now into the body triangle. Kamoy almost to his max ride time. Minute 35 accumulated now.
Jolly able to get free, but for all intents and purposes, this one all wrapped up on ride time. I don't think there's a way that he can really change his fortune if this goes the distance. So now we are headed to Spiderweb.
Chris, he's eliminated. He can't win no matter.
He can win.
Well,
if he gets a
he can
submission.
win with the submission. I'm sorry. Hey, that's why I got you here, TJ.
It's all right, B-Mac.
Sorry, I got too excited.
And now he can't win.
But
That's a wrap. All right, we go to EBI overtime to determine a winner. For it, here's Stephen Aiken.
And your winner after EBI overtime, Kamoy Anderson.
Fastest escape time determines our winner, and it's Kamoy Anderson, who is on his way to the semifinals, locking up that last semifinal spot here in our PGF Season 5 playoffs, and he'll speak with Stephen Aiken.
Kamoy, great match, tough opponent. Everybody loves the rock troll. You're happy to be the first guy to take him out in the regular season. How's it feel beating him in the playoffs?
I didn't get the win that I wanted. I wanted to hit that lucky truck one more time. That lucky one, I wanted that one again. But he's a tough kid, you know what I'm saying? Tough kid. I didn't want to disrespect him and come out here acting like he's nothing to be taken seriously. He's a tough kid that could catch any one of us any given day.
No, definitely, Kamoy, man. We look forward to more from you tonight. Thank you. Coming to the stage for our first team quintet matchup. Out of Decatur, Alabama, 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu Decatur.
10th Planet Decatur making the walk. No better man to tell us who we're looking at than BMAC, Brandon Mccaghren.
Hey, we'll take a look at this first guy walking out. Just took 3rd place. This is Brett. Brett just took 3rd place in England at the Catch Wrestling World Championships, the Snake Pit World Title, where Josh Barnett was over there competing in the main event. And Brett took 3rd. And we also have South Dakota Chris and Nick Soff on the squad, both the PGF refs for this season.
All right, time for their opponents. Back to Stephen Aiken.
And their opponents from Atlanta, Georgia, 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu Atlanta.
Want to give us the scouting report here on 10P Atlanta?
Yeah, it looks like this. As they walk past, let's see. We got
Kevin Buring.
Killer. Who's 2nd in the line? Killer.
Chase Hanna.
Who's 3rd in the line? Let me see who's this. Killer.
Ryan
So it's
Aiken.
just a straight murderer's row at the top 3. Kevin Buring, Chase Hanna, Ryan Aiken, and a couple of guys. Oh, my God. There's Steven Dana at the end of the line, PGF veteran. This is a murderer's row.
So Kevin Buring was our standout Season 3 blue belt. We always have one, and he took it by storm.
All right, PGF Season 5 finale brought to you by Ghost. Visit them at iamghost.com.
All right, they're getting ready for the first guy to
Okay,
take the
first
mat.
up for Team Decatur, Brett Clark. And for 10th Planet Atlanta, Ryan Aiken? No? Kevin Buring.
Oh, man. We get to see Kevin Buring right off the bat. Hey, let me tell you something. Brett's, he's a lot. He's a big, strong, explosive athlete. Wrestled his way through college. Blue belt. 6-minute match. 6-minute match.
Yeah, but expect Kevin to probably sit and go for that leg lock he's known for.
Yeah, and he's so good at it, man.
But we've also seen him scare people with the leg locks where he's actually been able to get on the neck, too.
Yeah, he's a phenomenal back player. And I'm keeping the official time here, guys. They had a little issue with the clock, and I think they got it going now.
You know what's good about the official clock being in the commentary booth? I can just look over at it.
Yeah, we can't mess it up.
Yeah. Well, let's not go that far.
We
Don't
can't.
jinx us.
Come on, TJ.
I could mess it up, but you can't. That's
I
why you're
got
in charge
this.
of it.
I'm a pro. Brett Clark locking the body of Buring. And Buring trying to lift that chin, move him out of there. Brett latched on tight. Has
Clark-
to let go.
Clark's got that Band-Aid look going on underneath that right eye.
Yeah, I think he got roughed up over there in England.
I noticed Alexander Volkanovski's been rocking that same look. Band-Aid underneath the right eye.
He got roughed up, too. That was a nasty, man, what a match. Volkanovski's a warrior, but how good is Islam, dude?
Oh, he's a problem.
He's like my favorite to watch right now.
Very serious problem.
Clark got to be very careful. Standing against Kevin Buring is pretty much a death sentence. If he gets an off balance and enters the legs, it's going to be a real problem. TJ, did you notice that both of these teams are brought to us by Ghost? Both got the Ghost rash guards on.
Yeah, you can probably buy those rash guards at iamghost.com.
Probably not the rash guard. I don't know. They might have those rash guards.
They've got
available on
rash
site.
guards.
Do they? That's awesome. And Clark gets up. As Buring stands, Clark takes him out of bounds. Man, you forget how big Kevin is, because like when I train with Brett, I'm like, man, he's huge. Kevin's just so big.
Really tall.
Oh, look at this big boy sweep. Gets Brett to the feet. Oh, he tries to turn him, and Brett overwraps the arms. Takes him off to the side. That was a really nice sweep entry.
I just
Kevin,
noticed
though.
this. Is Stephen Aiken the referee for this match?
Yes, he is.
In a suit?
Yeah, we put Bobby both of them on referee job. Now he's Bobby 3 of them.
I mean, how many
Oh,
of
here's
them
the
can
entry
there
by
be?
Buring. This could be big. That's big trouble.
Oh, there's the tap. Big first win.
Did he wait too long? Got that dub.
Now Stephen Aiken gonna go over and grab his microphone and make this one official.
And your winner from 10th Planet Atlanta, Kevin Buring.
Bobby, 3 of them.
Dude, he's the hardest working ring announcer, referee, personality I've ever seen in combat sports. All right, time for the next opponent to take the mat. Back to Stephen Aiken.
And we roll on the quintet.
Planet Decatur is Noah Randolph.
There's a familiar face.
So obviously Noah Randolph was a replacement player this season. Day 1, he was in the stands. Day 3, he's on the mats. Also a veteran of Season 1, Season 3, and Season 4 of the PGF.
Noah, very tough, man. But you cannot let Kevin Buring. I really feel like Kevin Buring might be the most underrated grappler in the country. He's phenomenal. You cannot let him. You can't even let him off balance you. His entries are just so good once he does. See this? Oh, he's going to get that one.
Wow.
Ooh, man, he's so good.
2 for 2 with the submissions.
Who would he on that elbow genie point versus the regular season PGF?
He just gets to stay out there for his troubles. All right, to make it official, we'll go to Stephen Aiken.
Your winner from 10th Planet Atlanta, Kevin Buring.
All right, time for his next opponent to step on the mat, Stephen Aiken.
And up for 10th Planet Decatur, Josh Daddario.
PGF season 1 bet.
And we're giving Kevin no time to rest. He's right back out there. Kevin and Josh train together quite a bit. Josh, regular visitor over there to Atlanta, even though he's the kids class coach here at Decatur.
Josh had a number of leg lock victories in season 1.
Yeah, and Josh had a really cool leg lock, standing inside heel hook in season 1 that I remember vividly. It was so cool. I told you, man, Kevin can run through a whole team in a quintet setting. I've seen him do it multiple times. I've seen Ryan Aiken do the same thing. I know that Chase Hanna is capable of doing the same exact thing. So this Atlanta crew, just killer after killer after killer. And then Stephen Dana right there at the end, bringing up the rear, and I didn't even see who their fourth was. Kevin putting pressure down, looking to get into a twister pass perhaps. Josh doing a good job keeping that butterfly hook on the inside.
I always love listening to Coach Sean Applegate's instructions to his team. Very calm, very actionable steps to take.
Well, if you're a PGF fan, it's no surprise to you to hear that I think Sean Applegate is just an absolute genius. And I think he's proven that a couple of different times in the PGF in his coaching roles. But he's proven it over and over again by the level of competition that his students can run out there to the mat and take out. Not just the level that his students are at, but the level that he gets his students to in competition form. Kevin running the arm behind, looking for the sugar hold. This is the same setup that Kamoy used, but Kevin looks like he's going to get a back exposure out of it. Josh trying to flatten out. Good job by Josh of getting out of that position. That's not a fun place to be.
At the halfway point here of this match, 3 down, 3 to go.
Yeah, it was really great during season 3 when Coach Applegate actually gave a class during the lunchtime during one of those days. It was amazing.
Sean, just an unbelievable teacher. His knowledge of jiu-jitsu is so high. And look at this, Kevin isolating that arm with his knee. Tries to get into a rear triangle, ends up taking the back, and he got it again.
Wow.
Man, he's so good.
3 for 3. Stephen Aiken to make it official.
And your winner by submission, Kevin Buring.
Kevin Buring going to stay on the mat as this quintet match continues to unfold. Back to Stephen Aiken.
And next up for 10th Planet Decatur, Nick South.
And that guy looks like a referee, this Nick South.
Dude, hey, shout out to Nick. He refereed 30 matches a night for 4 consecutive nights.
And as you said, had that amazing match against Reese Lefevre in season 4. Got that straight ankle lock with a vicious tearing sound.
Oh my gosh. Made a nice play there. And Nick is another guy that's a lot like Travis in our academy. Hasn't been training all that long. Only about 2 years. 2.5 years, I would say. Also a purple belt. made the move from Asheville, North Carolina, picked up his whole life and moved down to Decatur to train with our team. He had a great opening round win against a very good opponent at the ADCC East Coast Trials, as did Kevin. I think Kevin, I think he won a couple of matches at the trials as well. Nick trying to sneak out the back door with a little deep half play. Kevin ends up on the front of a front headlock. Nice job with the left knee by Kevin, trying to isolate the elbow. Oh, Nick was thinking about a buggy choke for just a second. Oh, look at this little knee tap. That was nice work by Nick. Create that off balance and get Kevin off of his offense. Kevin attacking the half guard. Nick shoves that butterfly hook back in, but as he does, Kevin moves into side control. Big bridge off the bottom by Nick. Heavy crossface. Look at that pressure across the jawline. Nasty. That is a hard crossface. Putting a lot of pressure on Nick. Kevin wants him to expose the back. Nick doing a good job so far. Just keeping himself in the game. Trying to isolate that knee back to the inside. And a very nice recovery by Nick. Ooh, look at this entry by Buehring. Nick sniffs it out. Clears his knee line during the entry. Kevin switches sides to the other ankle. Nick trying to make a move to the back. Kevin very aware, shuts it down. Kevin just super aware of everything that's happening out there. But Nick's really putting up a good fight right here. No, here's a good entry. The beginnings of an entry, at least, for Buehring. Gets in on a straight ankle. Again, good job by Nick clearing that space. Freeing his own knee line. Now they're in a leg lock entanglement. And there's the heel hook from Buehring.
Buehring on a mission. He's a one-man army, 4 for 4. With submissions in this quintet rules matchup to make it official, Stephen Aiken.
And your winner, Kevin Buehring.
All right, time for his next opponent, Stephen Aiken.
And next up, representing 10th Planet Decatur, Chris Presler.
South Dakota Chris. Hey, South Dakota Chris is tough. Everybody knows him as the PGF ref. This will be a good chance for you guys to see him for the first time. Another guy who picked up his whole life and moved down to Decatur, Alabama to train with our team. He's from South Dakota originally. Purple belt now with 10th Planet Decatur. And he's a lot bigger than Buehring.
Yeah, I've rolled with him, and he cooked me pretty dang good.
Yeah, he's a tough guy. Chris, very good. He's actually a pretty good guard player. You wouldn't think it by looking at him. But he's a pretty solid guard player, and he's very tough in his tight passing. But Kevin's guard retention is just so amazing. Chris is a decent leg locker as well, though.
You know, we were talking about Maximus Jolly's break rate earlier today. Kevin Buehring has the same break rate. 50% of the time in Season 3, when he hit the mat, he got a break.
And check that out. Buehring frames, hip heist. He felt like Chris was getting a little gaining a little ground on him in that pass, and now Kevin wants to come to the feet. Chris goes for the takedown. Nice balance by Kev. And he's a sniper in this top position. Oh, Chris playing a dangerous game, moving into a leg lock entanglement with Buehring.
Wow,
Whoa,
5 for 5.
He got the whole side.
Huge statement. Kevin Buehring getting it done for 10th Planet Atlanta to make this one official. Stephen Aiken.
And your winner, representing 10th Planet Atlanta, Kevin Buehring.
I want to talk about a hard day at the office, a good day. Kevin Buehring doing it, dispatching each and every one of those men. Let's go back to Stephen Aiken.
Coming to the stage next for our next team duel, representing Ironclad Jiu-Jitsu from Birmingham, Alabama.
Ironclad Jiu-Jitsu. Making the walk in those Ghost rash guards. Again, visit Ghost, IamGhost.com.
And we got a slew of new faces. And Marcus Elkins in the mix. So we got another Elkins brother, the youngest Elkins brother.
PGF Season 3 veteran. Had some crazy submissions.
One of the most fun guys to watch grapple. He is a blast. One of the most unorthodox guys you're ever going to see.
All right, time for their opponents. Back to Stephen Aiken.
And their opponents from Atlanta, Georgia, Not Bad Combat.
And this is Handsome Kevin's team.
Not Bad Combat out of Atlanta, Georgia.
First up for Ironclad, Cody Walker. And from Not Bad Combat, Felipe Matos.
All right, Walker in the white, Matos in the black. TJ DeSantis, BMAC, Brandon Mccaghren, along with Egghead here, Matt Side, inside Becoming Church, Decatur, Alabama. It is the site for Season 5 of the PGF. Matos able to shut down that leg attack. Now in top position.
Oh, grabs the head.
Pressing forward, aggressive passing by Matos. Oh, going to a steam lock. It's a good job inverting and rolling through that position.
Kind of reminds me when Alex Hall, an Ironclad member, came to the first qualifier he attended. He thought being an Ironclad guy, he'd be a big-time wrestler, but he just sat right away like Walker did.
Oh, straight footlock battle. Forces Matos to let it go, and now he's looking for the inside heel.
.90 seconds of elapsed time.
Oh, it was a pretty good idea on that entry. Toe hold. Jeez. Toe hold's the scariest move in jiu-jitsu to me. I mean, just watching a toe hold makes my blood curl. Like, I can't take it, man. And he goes to a steam lock again. He's shown that a couple of times.
I remember the first toe hold I ever saw. Frank Mir and Tank Abbott.
Off of the omoplata.
Mm-hmm.
In Eddie's first book. That's listed as the mirror lock.
I thought the mirror lock is what he hit on Pete Williams.
That's what most people call the mirror lock. I'm just
okay.
saying in Eddie's first book.
I got you.
No.
He gave a shout out to Frank Mir for that movement off of the omoplata.
Get a bit of a reset here in the center of the mat. 3 minutes down, 3 to go here in regulation of this quintet matchup. First matchup of the second half of this quintet tournament. Reset here in the center. Walker trying to isolate that left leg. Unable to do so.
It was interesting to see him go from a shot attempt directly to a leg. It was a nice transition.
Touch over 90 seconds remain.
In the half guard, but flattening him out.
Giving up the back here. Arm left behind. Matos takes it home. Victory in regulation. Stephen Aiken will make it official.
Your winner from Not Bad Combat, Felipe Matos.
Felipe Matos able to take home the submission. He will stay on the mat. Time for our next competitor to take the mat. Stephen Aiken with the intro.
Next up for Ironclad, Elias Anders.
Elias Anders.
I thought he was going to say Elias Anderson. Yeah,
He almost kind of looks like him a little bit.
he
too,
does.
right?
Yeah.
So Matos decides to play guard. Think it's because he's tired?
No, not really. I think he just probably wanted to get into his guard. But I mean, he could be tired. He did just have a match that went, what, 4 minutes or so? Yeah, about 4 minutes.
4 and a half.
I come out fresh. I'm still pulling guard. Your boy's butt scooting.
Well, there's a forced butt scoot there. Bringing it back to the center.
Pulling him away from his coach.
Ooh, man, look at the bend on that knee. I hate when people do that to me. They underhook that leg and put that funky bend, that one right there. That funky bend in your knee. Got a nice arm drag set, comes up on top with it. That was really nice work. But a good ankle pick on the other side, though. Oy, that was beautiful. Onto the front head.
Two minutes have elapsed. Hanging heavy on that head here is Matos. Anders able to get free, now standing.
That almost almost got through the guard.
Getting a look at this back now is Anders. Not able to get that right hook in.
Hips riding just a little too high. He needs to get hips over hips. He's trying to make a roll there. Oh, he does
wow.
it. Very nice. Shades of Leo Vieira versus Eddie Bravo at 80cc.
Coming up here in this mount position is Anders.
Look at Anders.
Getting after it.
But he loses position.
Gonna get a reset here in the center of the mat.
Bobby, 3 of them taking charge with that reset.
So help me, he's Bobby both of them before he takes on the third personality of a referee.
Yes.
What are the other two?
He's Bobby the Brain.
Okay.
And he's Bruce Buffer.
All right.
So we went, he's like, well, which one do you want me to do? So the first season that we brought him out, I kept changing his role. I knew I wanted him here, but I didn't know exactly what I needed at that time. And I was like, I need you to do this. I need you to do this. Well, what do you want me to do? I want you to be both of them.
Armbar attempt there for Anders. Unable to get it. Scramble here. Mato staying on top of him. Not letting him get free.
There's the mount, but gets turned immediately. Anders not going for it.
Inside the final 90 seconds of this match.
This one in danger of going to a draw. That clock is running.
Of course, in this quintet format, if it does go to a draw, both competitors will be eliminated.
60 seconds.
Oh, stepping through. Pushes him across into the 50-50. Toe hold. Oh, man. Matos has some interesting ways of twisting the foot in that toe hold style. I wonder if toe hold would honor a sock lock if you got one, or like a corkscrew lock, because it's the same thing as a toe hold. It's the same mechanics. Technically not a toe hold, but it's exactly the same. You just do it with your body instead of your hands. I'll speak with it.
I mean, I think if you just called it a toe hold on the air.
He probably wouldn't go back and watch.
But he's not wearing the toe hold rash guard.
I mean, that's the other
Oh,
part.
that's a, you know what, that's an important point, and I appreciate you bringing that up.
3, 2,
Do I get $20 now off a toe hold?
It's out of my hands, Steve.
All right, that one goes the distance, so both men eliminated.
Don't forget, Kai Johnson put 2 pounds towards your discount.
And I still don't even know what that means in dollars. But
This match finished with a draw. Both fighters are eliminated.
all right, up next, Stephen Aiken with the intros.
Next up for Ironclad, Aaron Sheffield. From Not Bad Combat, Max Danger Spearman.
Oh, I like he's got a Danger is his middle name.
Or his nickname. But it was in the middle of 2 other names, so middle name.
Felt like a middle name to me.
Fun fact, I don't have a middle name.
It's not J?
No, that's the second letter of my first name.
No way.
Yeah,
It's just TJ.
yeah,
That's the whole name.
right there.
Let me look at this driver's license. I mean, you came with the receipts, dude. Your name is just TJ.
Yep, no middle name.
I would really like to get this driver's license picture on camera if we could at some point, Keelan. Could we make that happen?
It's a very young TJ
I'm
DeSantis.
looking at Keelan right now, and he's giving me the nod of approval. TJ, I'm just going to hang on to this.
All right, that's alarming. I don't live at that address anymore, so you're fine.
Somebody does, though.
1 minute down here in this match.
Good pass by Max.
Yeah, Max has some pretty good hair. I wonder if he wins, if he's going to do a hair flip and a wink like his coach.
I mean, if you got the tools, you might as well use them.
I mean, Not Bad Combat's a good name, but Team Handsome, it's a winner.
That's good. Half butterfly here. Now clearing the legs. Buggy choke.
Okay, Noah looking for it. He might get that. That's pretty tight. He needs to find a way. He looks like he wants to use it to sweep. Oh, that's getting pretty tight. He's lifting him.
Can he get back to his feet? Then we get a reset if there, but now back to the mat.
And there he gets the sweep with it. Man, what a cool technique.
Yeah.
Uses the buggy choke to sweep over. Looking like Renee Souza out there. Buggy choke master. That was awesome.
You know what you do when you're caught in a buggy choke?
What?
You just get the other guy in a buggy choke, like your name's Derek Rayfield.
I was there for it.
You were there? What a legendary moment.
Aaron stepping into the middle with his left foot, trying to staple the right leg of Max down. And chooses to go back to his guard. Interesting choice. I would like to see him try to pass there. Well, they sure look good in those Ghost rash guards, don't they?
They do. You can visit Ghost at iamghost.com. Whole bunch of products for you to take a look at.
Ghost has been so good to us this year with the PGF, man. We're so grateful to them. Me personally, especially, I'm very grateful to them for all the help that they've given us. And they've been great to work with, easy to work with, cool guys. Couldn't be more thankful.
I'm just happy they bring us this clock. Without the clock, I don't know where I'd be.
Which do you like more, the white or the black rash guard?
I like the black one. Well, I think I like the, yeah, I don't know.
I think
it's kind of a toss-up.
I like the look of the white one more, but I prefer black rash guards because they're a little more slimming.
Ooh, running out of space there. All right, back at center of the mat. We continue on the feet.
1 minute.
Ooh.
Putting the squeeze on the neck there. Ooh. Trying to readjust now.
This is good practice for these young guys. You know, get a chance to get under the lights, put a little bit of pressure on them, let them get out here and test themselves.
Get a different look with somebody that they probably haven't rolled with before.
Yeah, for sure.
Talk about that for a second, B-Mac, because I see a lot of tournaments, and there's multiple matches going on at times in a lot of tournaments, but this one is much more like fight night feel. Can that play on the mental durability of an athlete when everyone's attention is on you?
Oh, it definitely does. Nobody wants to be caught on the ground in a highlight reel, even if the match is just for fun. Which these quintet matches, like I said, these are matches for fun to try to give us some buffer for our main event athletes to rest up, but nobody's trying to get on the ground.
Both fighters are eliminated after a draw.
All right, this one goes the distance. Both fighters eliminated. We do have a separation, though.
Up next for Ironclad, Garrett Smith. And for Not Bad Combat, Blade King.
What a cool name, Blade King.
That sounds like the character you designed for your new favorite video game.
Yeah, he sounds like he's a Tekken character.
Dude, I want to be Blade King.
He's Blade King, and he's got a rolling Kimura attempt right off the rip.
But TJ, I think you're starting to say, I believe with Matos from Not Bad Combat, I believe they're ahead.
Yep. So one player advantage for them.
Oh.
Able to posture up and get free.
Yeah, facing the butterfly guard, Spicy doesn't go for the body lock.
Double unders. Great sweep.
Wow,
Great
beautifully
sweep.
done, right into the mount.
And, we saw Elijah hit that exact sweep during the regular season. Watch this triangle choke. Oh, he thought about it, and he ended up having to step off into the half guard.
.90 seconds of elapsed time here in this quintet matchup.
Looked like the Blade King was thinking about his eagle from bottom there for a second.
I like that you called him the Blade King.
Yeah.
Yeah, instead of Blade King, it's the Blade King.
The King of Blades. Blade King.
Man, why I gotta be named Mccaghren? That's a tough one, dude. Nobody can spell it. Choi bar. Ooh, starting to rip on that elbow. Might expose it. Gonna turn him all the way into the Choi bar. He wants to flip him over onto his back with this.
Three and a half minutes remain in this match.
Gotta watch your elbow here. The Blade King is locked on, and he's looking sharp. Huh?
That's pretty good.
Huh?
That's pretty good. I like it.
It was good.
Thank you.
I'll give you. Yeah.
I'm a dad.
Lots of dad jokes in this commentary booth right now.
Oh, stretching that arm. Oh.
Oh, there's a tap. Nicely done.
The Blade King.
The Blade King getting it done. Setting his team up quite nicely here as we roll through in this quintet matchup. To make it official, we go to Stephen Aiken.
Your winner representing Not Bad Combat, Blade King. Next up for Ironclad, Marcus Elkins.
Oh, I love watching Marcus Elkins do his thing. He is wild. Former state champion wrestler through high school, as were all the Elkins brothers. They famously say you're not allowed to sit at the big boy table at Thanksgiving if you haven't won a state championship. And look at this. He's getting into his business right away. And he's going to make pretty much the same exact move that Blade just hit. Oh, look at him switch to that triangle. Marcus Elkins.
There it is, nicely done. Marcus Elkins getting the submission. Huge victory for him and his team. To make it official, Stephen Aiken.
Your winner from Ironclad, Marcus Elkins.
So Elkins will remain on the mat.
And Elkins got to beat 2 more, right? Or
He does.
Just this last one.
2 more.
Next up, Not Bad Combat, Nick Maka.
Nick Maka taking the mat. Standing in front of him in the white, Marcus Elkins.
Maka pulls guard. Elkins jumping on the head early. Looking for the lockdown. Elkins rolls to his back to avoid the lockdown. Look at that. Nice reversal by Elkins. Caught Maka getting a little over-aggressive. This is a good entry. Good look by Maka here. Marcus keeping his bottom leg protected. Maka pushing on a Texas cloverleaf though.
This Texas cloverleaf, is this just a pain hold? Can you actually have something broken here and damage?
There's a couple of ways.
What do you stab him that way?
You just got to tap. It can be just a pain hold, but it can also break the foot if it's positioned well and done.
And your winner, representing Not Bad Combat, Nick Maka.
Nick Maka getting it done for Not Bad Combat.
And that rounds it up for Not Bad Combat. They are the winners of this team duel.
You guys ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go to the Battle Rama. Here's Stephen Aiken.
Coming to the stage next for your ex-marshal Battle Rama, Alex Rodriguez.
Alex Rodriguez making the walk. I mean, maybe you can call him A-Rod. I don't know.
I mean, if he gets a sub, you could say he hit a home run.
That's, you see, that's that 20-pound brain if I've ever heard it before.
Do what I can.
Good job. Alex Rodriguez hoping to get the first win of the Battle Rama for his opponent. We go back to Stephen Aiken.
And his opponent, Sawdog Sawyer Griffin.
Sawyer Griffin, Sawdog, with one of the best promos of the season, I think.
I mean, definitely one of the most interesting promos of the season. This kid's hilarious to me. I really love Sawyer. I love both of these guys, man. Anybody that comes out and puts it down for the PGF, I'm a big fan. Sawyer, very, very dangerous. We saw him get some good wins during the season in his replacement role. Even though he earned his way in to the season, he was on the original roster, had to pull out at the last second due to illness, and then we were able to bring him back in.
I love this Spud Sawyer. He always tries to put a pace on somebody, always pushing, always coming forward.
And for the Battle Rama, we are going with 6-minute matches instead of 10 minutes. Even though there'll be EBI overtimes, they are only going to be 6-minute matches.
Kind of the best of both worlds. Regular season PGF rules with the EBI playoff rules.
And you know, TJ, I got to be honest with you. I'm thinking about going to 5-minute rounds for the PGF moving forward. And Sawyer's in on some front headlock game right here.
I like it. I like the idea of a 5-minute regulation.
Sawyer pulling into an arm-in guillotine. Got it!
Wow.
Nice!
The Sawdog reigns supreme. Sawyer Griffin getting the submission of Alex Rodriguez in regulation on his way to the next round of the Battle Rama. To make it official, here's Stephen Aiken.
And your winner, moving on to round 2, Sawdog Sawyer Griffin.
Sawdog with a little kiss to the camera as he gets the submission in regulation. We'll see him later tonight in this Battle Rama. It continues now for our next set of grapplers. Back to Bobby, both of them, Stephen Aiken.
The next grappler coming to the stage for the X-Martial Battle Rama, Luke Church.
I
Luke
thought
Church
Church cut some good promos.
That's true.
I really did.
He did. Church.
Church. It's just Church.
I like it.
Well, I don't call him Luke. We don't call him by his name at all. That's Church.
It's Church. All right. Fair enough. Stephen Aiken.
And his opponent, Noah Randolph.
Feeling like we already saw Noah today.
Noah, he was in that quintet.
He was. Now in the Battle Rama. Can't keep these guys off the mat.
They love it.
Noah taking a seat.
I mean, so 2 10th Planet Decatur guys. These guys have to be rolling with each other all the time.
All the time. These guys train together all the time. Noah keeping control of Luke's left wrist. Uses that to come up and sweep. Trying to pass right away, and Church getting in on the ashi. And we know he's got a mean straight ankle lock. We saw him use it against, who did he beat in his final match with that straight ankle?
Egghead's on the case.
Yeah, we've seen him. I know he hit at least 3 leg locks during the regular season. Heel hooked a black belt. Hit another leg lock against a brown belt, and then he had another finish at the end of the season as well.
It was Buddha.
It was Buddha.
Yeah.
And that was a match that he got back against Buddha because Buddha beat him in the qualifier. That was big.
And to be fair, Buddha beat him in the qualifier, but it was a commissioner decision.
Yeah.
So one would say Luke has that, matchup.
Noah all the way past the guard into side control. Leaning that forearm in across the throat.
Knee on belly here for Robinson.
I saw Matt Elkins do a really mean knee on belly the other day.
Look at that. Luke just explodes up out of that position. Yeah. Oh, sitting back on the heel hook. Noah Randolph. Doesn't have the exposure yet, but that was a quick shift back towards the legs. Luke hanging on to the arm for dear life. Does not want to let Noah get his hands together or get his hand involved in the grip breaking.
Is there anything here for Randolph to finish with one hand, or does he need both of his hands?
Oh yeah, if you're good with your gripping mechanics, your heel exposures, you can definitely finish heel hooks with one hand. Noah trying to fix his rash guard with one hand right now.
Oh, wow.
It.
Noah Randolph getting the submission of Luke Church.
Inside heel hook.
Beautifully done to make this one official. Stephen Aiken.
And your winner, moving on to round 2 of the X-Martial Battle Rama, Noah Randolph.
All right, it is time for an epic roll semifinal between the Minnesota Maniac Nick Creighton and the Jabroni Grappler Elijah Carlton. For our introductions, here's Stephen Aiken.
Coming to the stage for round 2 of our playoffs, representing Epic Roll, the jabroni grappler, Elijah Carlton!
Elijah Carlton making the walk, was the first man drafted on Sunday for Team Epic Roll. He's going to take on an Epic Roll teammate in the Minnesota Maniac, Nick Creighton, for his introduction. We go back to Stephen Aiken.
And his Epic Roll opponent, the Minnesota Maniac, Nick Creighton!
Nick Creighton making the walk again, fellow member of Team Epic Roll.
And these guys were on the same team, but I know that they've been wanting to get their hands on each other all week long.
Yeah, Creighton was a dark horse picked by many to have a chance to actually take out Elijah.
Yes.
Many of the competitors say that Nick Creighton has the best breaking mechanics in the PGF.
At least on his inside heel hook, I think that might be true. Phenomenal inside heel hook.
All right, here we go. Our first semifinal of this PGF Season 5 playoffs. We are underway. Both men take a seat. Carlton in the black shorts, Creighton in the white.
This is going to be a epic battle here. No pun intended, of course, with both of them coming from Epic Roll. But it really is. This is going to be an epic roll. Elijah has those sticky grips, man. He keeps that hand stuck to the Achilles of Nick Creighton.
Yeah, Elijah took a break from jiu-jitsu for a while and did rock climbing. You figure that has to help his grips.
Nick, of course, super good leg locker. Just we've seen that over and over this season. Incredible leg locks. And we know that that's definitely one of the stronger parts of Elijah's game, too. So I'm not surprised to see them both come out here and not even want to take the top position. Both of them want to try to make their entry into the legs from the bottom position.
Yeah, definitely we were not expecting a wrestling battle here.
No, definitely not. Neither guy really getting anything going so far, though. It's a battle for the inside position here. Both these guys want to pummel one of their feet at least to the inside so that they can use that butterfly hook to create a dilemma between the outside heel hook attack and the inside heel hook attack. We saw Nick do that so many times this season. Whereas typically Elijah's entries are more dynamic. They happen in a flash. He tricks you with his craftiness. Nick methodically, slowly pulls you into his game, sets his grips, and just advances into his spots.
He also gives you that horns of a dilemma situation where he either gives you the leg lock option or the possibly getting an anaconda option. This is kind of looking like the Elijah Fyodor match we had a couple days ago.
And Nick chooses momentarily to come to the top quickly back into his guard.
4 minutes of elapsed time here in this semifinal, the first semifinal of Season 5 here at the PGF. QR codes on your screen available for you to support your athletes.
Ooh, look at this. Elijah almost sneaks to the back.
If this makes it to EBI OT, who do you give the edge to, Brandon?
It's hard for me to say. I don't know a lot about Nick's OT game. I do know that that's something that Elijah has struggled with in the past when he gets to overtime. But I also know that he's been putting a lot of work in on that hole in his, at least in his EBI OT game. I wouldn't even say it's a hole in his regular game, but if you're going to be in tournaments where you're going to go to EBI overtime, then you have to be really good at it. And I know that Elijah has been working pretty hard on correcting that. So I don't give an advantage to either guy, to be honest with you.
And with that in mind, as we are just past the halfway point of this match, I'm curious if the, sense of urgency for either man will step up here to maybe try to avoid those unknown waters of EBI overtime.
Elijah, one of the better grips that he's had so far. Nick comes to his feet, wants to change tactics. Maybe he thinks he can snipe Elijah out, but Elijah looking to set up his inversion game. He's so good from there.
Yeah, EBI OT was the path towards victory for Reese Lefevre. Just put on a clinic in it.
Elijah's just not able to get the grips that he wants. Now Elijah in top position. Creighton holding the head, keeping a collar tie on the back. And Elijah matches him with the grip of his own. Tried to make a sneaky move back towards the legs, but unable to do so. And look at that, the way he pummeled that right foot to the inside. Did you guys see that? That was beautiful. And now Elijah's starting to gain some ground on Nick. Elijah sits in hard, looking for the leg. Nick aware once again.
Three minutes remain here in regulation. Again, the winner of this match will take on the winner of Kamoy Anderson and Travis Thomas.
Elijah Carlton out of 10th Planet Atlanta has his coach right there, Sean Applegate, giving him instructions. Nick Crane's out of Adamas in Ohio.
And that's another killer squad up there. Dante Leon and that crew. Dante is one of my favorite grapplers in the world to watch at any weight.
Yeah, Crane, another one of those guys that just moved his whole life. Minnesota Maniac, was a member of 10th Planet St. Paul, and then just a handful of months ago made the move to Ohio to be a part of the Adamas team.
Elijah looking for this reverse body lock. Nick explodes him out of there. Elijah pummels back, now controlling the head. Elijah back on the leg. Oh, out of nowhere.
Just like that. Elijah Carlton getting the submission in regulation on his way to the PGF Season 5 playoff finale. To make this one official, we go to Stephen Aiken.
And your winner, representing Epic Roll, moving on to the Season 5 finale, Elijah Carlton.
Elijah Carlton dispatches the Minnesota Maniac.
Do I get to drink this one?
Sure, all right. We talk to me. I'll trade you that.
Stephen Aiken, you're going to chat with the
I'm going to trade
Grappler.
Elijah this once upon a coconut water for a conversation. He's such a made man. I got to bring him gifts now to get his attention. Elijah, that was a big win, man. Nick's super tough. I know you had a lot of respect for him. I could tell the way that you were battling there, that you had a lot of respect for his game. What do you want to say about that?
Nick's super good. Honored to have a match with him. Shout out my boy Chase Hanna. That's his move right there. Fuck yeah, let's go.
Let's go. Where's he going? Tournament finale.
He's going to the finals against the winner of Kamoy versus Travis.
Yeah, wow. Nicely done for Elijah Carlton. Avoids EBI overtime, gets the submission of Nick Creighton, locking himself up a spot in that tournament finale. All right, one more semifinal to go here at the PGF here in Season 5. Back to the mat. Here's Stephen Aiken.
Coming to the stage next, representing team level, the Mantis, Travis Thomas.
Travis Thomas, the number 2 seed, representing team level. One match away from a highly anticipated finale with Elijah Carlton. But in order to do that, he's going to have to take on the man they call Rated R in Kamoy Anderson. For Anderson's walk, back to the mat with Stephen Aiken.
And his opponent representing level, Rated R, Kamoy Anderson.
Kamoy Anderson, also representing team level. Take on his fellow regular season teammate and Travis Thomas.
Yeah, neither of these gentlemen were subbed this season. Travis Thomas had a record of 9-0 and 3 draws. Kamoy Anderson 5 wins, 0 losses, 7 draws.
And here we go. We are underway. TJ DeSantis, BMAC, Brandon Mccaghren, along with Egghead inside Becoming Church, Decatur, Alabama. It is the site of PGF Season 5, and Travis Thomas with a beautiful foot sweep takedown now here in top position inside.
And already moving into the mount position against Kamoy, and Kamoy's in big trouble right here.
See Thomas trying to walk that arm up.
Man, listen though, I've been in this position against Kamoy in training, and to try to get his elbow up above his head when you're working on this arm triangle it feels almost impossible. He's so strong, guys.
I mean, just look at those lats. But he's got to be careful because Travis Thomas had a 50% kill rate. Meaning half the time he touched the mat, he got a kill this season.
And I believe every finish that he's had in the PGF this season has been a different finish. I don't think he's finished the same move twice at all.
1 minute down, Kamoy Anderson here on the bottom of the Mantis, Travis Thomas.
Travis employing a lot of patience here against Kamoy. Kamoy trying to bring that foot back over into a quarter guard, and he is able to get the foot trapped. Travis now, and look how strong Kamoy is. He pulls Travis back into the lockdown. I believe we also saw Travis finish a arm triangle from the half guard and allows Kamoy to get over to the top position. Travis, man, he had a great spot there, but just too early in the match to do much with the strength of Kamoy Anderson. Kamoy on a rolling Kimura. You do not want this guy ripping on your limbs, but Travis very good at countering plays like this by sneaking around to the back. But he's going to have to protect his elbow line. As long as that elbow is exposed, he can hit him with the straight arm right there.
Trying to roll through this is Travis Thomas.
Oh, my. Kamoy's gonna have to bail on that. Travis sneaks around towards the back, and Kamoy does a nice job evading that full back take. And I believe they're going to start with Travis on the mount here.
From being in danger to being in a dominant position, Travis Thomas able to reverse his fortune very quickly, now in mount again on Kamoy Anderson.
And yes, B-Mac, you were right. A dead orchard, an arm bar, an arm triangle, rear naked choke, a darce, an outside heel hook, triangle arm bar, a triangle from bottom. They were all different.
And an anaconda today. Insane. That's why he's a fan favorite. He's a winner, but he's so versatile and exciting.
You just give him like a submission bingo card he's got out back there, just checking him off.
Yeah, he may be going for some sort of challenge.
Maybe that'll be his next tattoo, a submission bingo card.
If he gives it to himself, I'll allow it. Right now he's giving it to Kamoy Anderson. Heavy pressure from the top. Starting to maybe gain a little bit on that elbow height. He wants, and he decides to bail on that. That's an interesting choice. And I don't necessarily think it's a bad choice. There's so much time to work. Kamoy, though, back into his half guard. Travis weaves that foot to the inside. Pummeling out of the lockdown, and is he going to be able to step back over into the mount again? And this is the same sequence that just happened. That's exactly how Kamoy got out of the mount last time. Travis just kind of willingly rolling to his back. Travis even playing inverted, showing a tremendous amount of comfortability in his game. A lot of trust in your game. Travis in the seated guard. Wants to off-balance Kamoy here to try to make an entry. Kamoy definitely wants to get into his body lock pass and try to get through the guard of Travis Thomas so he can get into some of his home run ball.
5 minutes.
So we talked about how a lot of us didn't know about Travis before this season of the PGF. Obviously focusing mostly on mixed martial arts. How much EBI time, overtime, has he worked?
Quite a bit. Quite a bit. The back is definitely one of the better tools that he has in his arsenal. So if he gets an opportunity to play from the back in EBI overtime, he's going to be a serious handful. He's very, very good there, and he feels almost impossible to submit. Travis going to move into the rubber guard against Kamoy. Foot in the hip. Going for that punch, or gag reflex. Rehooking into his rubber guard. Kamoy posturing up, though.
Kamoy, currently out of 10th Planet Austin, has to be very familiar with the rubber guard.
Yeah, and Kamoy's a pretty good rubber guard player in his own right. I think we saw him use it to get towards an omoplata sweep earlier in the week. Kamoy needs to be very careful what happens on the left side over there. Travis looks like he's trying to pull his arm out and maybe push Kamoy's arm out of the mix. Didn't have a good trap going on the other side, though, and Kamoy stands up. They'll reset. Seated guard for Travis Thomas.
Now Anderson takes a seat.
He's going to try to pull him in that truck like he did Max?
He might. He might. That could be a mistake, though. Again, Travis so good at hunting and controlling the back. He finds it in just some of the weirdest positions. And look at that reverse body lock as Kamoy tried to make the sit-up. Travis got into the reverse body lock. And look at that grip. Oh, my. Travis, is he going to try to set up the truck on Kamoy? He is. Bold.
2 minutes remaining here in regulation.
Travis frames him out, moves his shoulders away, recovers back to his guard. Kamoy approaching from very low position, passing from his knees. He wants this body lock. And whenever he's on his knees, he's always very close to a body lock. Travis getting a grip around the body, and here comes the body lock now from Kamoy. Let's see how Travis handles it. Oh, thinking about going to a buggy choke? We already saw one tonight in the quintet. Travis is pretty good at this. Uses it to get back to his closed guard. Kamoy stands, drags him back to the middle.
inside the final 60 seconds.
Travis moving forward. Kamoy staying on the outside. Travis back into the rubber guard again. Going for this gag reflex. Kamoy not having that.
Way too tough for that.
Anderson stands.
Fakes a backflip.
10 seconds. 3, 2, 1.
And we are headed to EBI overtime. Again, traditional EBI overtime rules in play here at the PGF. 1 round minimum, 3 rounds maximum. There's a top and bottom half. Fastest submission wins. If we go the full 3 frames of overtime without a submission, we will declare a winner by fastest escape time. Anderson here in top, or on the back here of Travis Thomas to start the top of the first.
Travis already starting to slip that shoulder line. He may make a big escape quickly right here. He's now slipped the bottom hook. Wants to throw that top hook off and then turn and face. Kamoy's got to drag him back in. Travis got to be careful he doesn't re-expose the back, though.
And on this arm triangle here is Anderson.
Kamoy's strong. And this would be a quick one. Oh, Travis could be in big trouble here.
Hanging tough with it for the time being is Thomas.
Oh, almost had the escape there. Turns away from it. That's going to keep him in the lock. Nice chair sit by Kamoy to recover, and that was really good work. Just moving from position to submission there by Kamoy, and he's out of there.
Nicely done.
Very nice work, though, by Kamoy.
We'll see how Thomas can react now as he goes on offense here in the bottom of the first. He elects to take the back of Kamoy Anderson.
Travis very, very, very good on the back position.
So Kamoy got about a minute 18 there?
Yes, a minute 18.
None of that would matter if Thomas is able to get a submission here in the bottom of the first.
And he's got a threatening grip around the jaw line of Kamoy. Kamoy's going to have to be very careful. Travis starting to sneak it a little bit deeper. A lot of patience being shown here by Thomas.
In a good position for Thomas to work as he has this control, but now losing that left hook is Thomas.
And that's the important hook when you're in back control. That bottom hook is everything.
Trying to put the squeeze here, though, still.
Travis doing a good job of keeping his chest connection. Pulls Kamoy back in, and look at this ride.
Trying to go for the roll.
Kamoy with the spin.
Wow. Nicely done for Kamoy Anderson. Able to get free inside the guard of Travis Thomas. Now we are headed to the top of the second.
And about 25 seconds separates the two. Kamoy's advantage heading into round 2.
And Anderson elects to take the back. Once more the Mantis. So here we go, top of the second, overtime. We'll see how urgent Thomas is to try to get free here. Got to respect that submission offense, though, of Kamoy Anderson.
Boy, you don't want Kamoy getting close to your neck. I don't want him cranking on my teeth, pulling on my face in any way. Travis starting to build some base. Kamoy chases him to the top, starts pulling on Travis's face. Travis slips through.
Ooh. There's clear.
Out.
Nicely done for Travis Thomas. Able to get free relatively quickly.
32.6 seconds that time for a total of 121.5 seconds of ride time.
All right, so now we are headed to the bottom of the second overtime. Travis Thomas elects to take the back once again of Kamoy Anderson. We are underway here.
Oh, Kamoy slips that bottom hook early. And now Travis is going to be on the chase, trying to keep him.
Trying to make that adjustment here is Thomas, bringing that right leg as far as he can over.
And it looks like he got the body triangle locked, almost
Almost.
locked on the bottom. That would be a tough spot for Kamoy. Travis maintaining good control right here, but does not have that bottom hook in place, and Kamoy's on the move.
Thomas trying to go for the ride.
Saved and ends up.
Wow.
But he's starting to slip right here, and now Travis moves
Arm
into the
triangle.
arm triangle. And he's got a pretty good arm triangle, too.
More importantly, maintaining that
Tough
position.
spot for Kamoy.
Anderson in a world of trouble. You can see him grimacing, trying to explode and make the movement. He does. He gets free.
Ooh, I don't know. I don't know if he slipped that elbow or not.
Well,
I don't think he did.
Referee allowed him out.
Kamoy had that same position in his, and he had a long time to ride. But regardless, what that does do is that puts Travis Thomas into the lead by 12 seconds of ride time.
12 seconds.
12 seconds separates these two men as we head into the bottom of the third, or the top of the third overtime.
When you heard Egghead get excited, that is because Kamoy Anderson is setting up in the spiderweb position to start the top of the third.
And I like this move for Kamoy.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Little change of tactics here. I mean, we talk about that fastest escape time, potentially declaring the winner here if we get to the other side of this third and final frame of overtime. We'll see how this decision for Anderson will affect that.
Anderson doing a good job controlling the leg, stopping Travis from getting anything cheap going. Travis throws his leg over the top, though. Kamoy keeping control of the legs.
There seemed to be a question about the start there with the hand placement of Travis on his head.
Yeah, that's allowed as long as the guy can cross his legs and get a strong position. Travis trying to get to his knees, but Kamoy doing a great job in his control here.
You mentioned you like the play here, B-Mac, for Kamoy. Is it because of the submission opportunities or the control time?
There's obviously more opportunity, I feel like, from the back, but I feel like control-wise, it's a great play to make. Travis starting to get to his knees.
Oh,
He's out.
nicely done.
But a good ride for Kamoy, 67.58 seconds. And now 58 seconds separates the two. Travis needs 59 seconds of ride time to win this thing, or a submission.
That's half the frame.
If Kamoy can get out in 58 seconds or less, he will move on to face Elijah Carlton in the final. And Travis has let that bottom hook slip early twice. He's got to find a way to hold. Oh, Kamoy spinning already.
Trying to get this arm triangle to keep the ride going is Thomas.
No,
referee doesn't call it yet. Thomas trying to stick with it, and that's a wrap. It is done.
Kamoy Anderson with the big win against Travis Thomas in overtime. It goes the distance, and this one is over.
Wow, these men working for it. Hard-earned spot in the finale was on the line.
Looking to see if Travis is injured here or if he's just sucking wind.
All right. To make this one official and crown our final tournament finalists, we go to Stephen Aiken.
And your winner by overtime ride time, representing team level, going to the season 5 finale, Kamoy Anderson.
Kamoy Anderson getting his hand raised and solidifying a date later tonight with Elijah Carlton. We are set for the Season 5 tournament finale. It is rated R versus the Jabroni Grappler. Kamoy Anderson getting it done in the semifinals. We'll see him later tonight, but now we're going to see him chat with Stephen Aiken.
Kamoy, tough battle with the #2 seed coming in. Travis Thomas, we know he's got a lot of good skills, man. You guys had to battle really, really hard to get through that. You won in overtime. How are you feeling now going into the finale?
I was in the hallway earlier, and I heard these girls speaking. They was like, I can't wait to see the Travis-Elijah match. And in my head, I'm like, oh, so you just count me out, huh? Okay. That's how I feel.
All right, come on. We appreciate it, man. Get you a little bit of rest. Come back for the next one, man. Travis. My man, amazing season. Really tough scrap right there with a really seasoned competitor. Man, we're all so proud of you and all the effort that you put in and how great you performed this season. What do you want to say to your fans?
Holy shit. I'm fucking tired.
Man, I'll say some more stuff for you, man. I know you appreciate Team Level, all your friends and family, all the guys at 10th Planet Decatur that helped you get ready. What else?
Man, thank you for everybody coming out. Sorry, Elijah, I tried to build it up and come get you, but Kamoy's tough as fuck. I knew I'd be a little upset. Bring it down here. I knew I'd be a little upset if I lost, but I came out here and I for sure feel like I showed that I'm gonna be top talent on this jiu-jitsu scene, and this is for sure just the beginning. I appreciate all y'all. Brandon, you're super killer. All my sponsors, all the sponsors for the PGF. Let's fucking go.
Thank you, Travis. We appreciate you, man.
A stellar season for Travis Thomas, the Mantis, unable to get that match with Elijah Carlton tonight, but all the credit in the world to Kamoy Anderson.
Yeah, all the credit to him, man. A tough match. And listen, I really thought, I really did, that if that went to overtime, I was almost just like giving it to Travis in my mind. You know, you can't say that, but in my mind I was like, oh, well, Travis gets the back. It's a wrap. It is not a wrap. Kamoy, that's one tough dude. And, of course, I'm sad for my friend Travis, but I'm very close friends with Kamoy as well, and I'm super happy to see him get this opportunity. Let me tell you something. If he can get Elijah to overtime, Kamoy could pull a huge upset and walk away as the PGF Season 5 champion in our last time here at Becoming Church and our last time in Decatur, Alabama, because we're going to Vegas, baby.
And we haven't even talked about the ladies at 125 much tonight.
Well, we should start talking about them because the champ is about to walk out. Mccaghren Jackson, the reigning 135-pound champion, the first ever ladies champion here in the PGF. She's got one belt on her shoulders. She's looking to walk out of here with 2 belts on her shoulders. Mccaghren, one of the most talented, hardworking, and fierce competitors on the women's scene in the world. Seriously, one of the most incredible grapplers in the world in her weight classes, and she competes across 3 different weight classes, all the way from 115 pounds up to 135 pounds. Tonight, it's a 125-pound title, and she believes that she's got what it takes to walk away as the champ.
She's the queen at 135. Tonight, she looks for flyweight gold, and of course, to do that, you got to win twice in a 4-woman tournament. All right, to kick things off, we go back to the mat. Here is Stephen Aiken.
Coming to the mat first for our women's 125-pound championship tournament, the reigning 115-pound PGF champion of the world, Hokage Kaya Jackson.
A loud Becoming Church welcoming the champ, Kaya Jackson. She makes the walk. Go ahead, Aiken.
I'm sorry, I was saying the first female PGF champ, 4 wins, no losses, had a 36% kill rate in the ladies' first 135-pound championship.
We'll see what she can do tonight here as she hunts for more gold inside the PGF. Back to Stephen Aiken.
And her opponent, representing 10th Planet Gulf Shores, Darby Jones.
Darby Jones making the walk. You know, we've seen Kaya Jackson fight on some big stages, whether it be Medusa, on UFC Fight Pass, or here in the PGF. Not often, BMAC, that she gets sort of a home game. Friends and family in attendance tonight cheering her on.
And I know for a fact she wants to keep that strap at home. But let me tell you something. Darby's a serious player. She got into this tournament via the PGF qualifiers, where she took out a very tough Chelsea Dobbins, who we'll see on the other side of this ladies bracket, with 2 pretty quick submissions. And she's getting into the rubber guard quick. Kaya shuts it out. Great posture. Good positioning. Oh, these ladies are on a pace early.
Egghead and I had a chance to chat with Jackson on the final day of the regular season here at the PGF. She was a manager of team level, and she was chomping at the bit to get out there herself, Egghead.
Oh, look at that pass. Oh, stepping around to the back. Great control early.
Kaya Jackson in business, trying to hunt for this neck. She's got the body triangle as well.
And she rarely has every confidence.
She's got it.
Oh, yeah.
There's the tap.
Oh, wow, under a minute, Nakaya Jackson.
Nicely done for the champ. Kaya Jackson getting it done, submission in regulation. To make this one official, we go to Stephen Aiken.
And your winner, moving on to round 2, Hokage Kaya Jackson. Hokage.
Hello.
Fancy meeting you here again in the winner's circle. How you feeling tonight?
Feeling good. Super grateful. Grateful to have my coaches, my team, my family's here for the first time. So, yeah, I just feel grateful. Thank you guys for being here.
Nice. What can we expect from you in the final round?
More of this.
More dominance. We appreciate you, Nakaya.
Thank you. Oh, sorry.
Which one you want? This one? This one? This one? Deal.
Probably want both of them.
Nakaya is just such a lovable character. She really embraces the role of the Hokage, which she says means the defender of the village. She believes that she is, in a lot of ways, the chosen one to represent her people and to put down for her friends and her family and her training partners. And tonight, she's got an opportunity to do it again, the Hokage.
So far, so good. 1 for 1. We'll see her later tonight in this 4-woman tournament at 125 pounds. Speaking of which, time for the second half of this 4-woman tournament. For the introduction, Stephen Aiken.
Coming to the stage next, representing 10th Planet Decatur, Chelsea Sperlin.
Chelsea Sperlin, training and competing out of 10th Planet Decatur. BMAC, tell me about her.
Well, she moved her husband, all their children, they have 3 children, they all moved from Colorado to Decatur to train jiu-jitsu full-time with us. And Chelsea is one of the fastest rising students that we have in the academy in Decatur. She's a fierce competitor, very tough, very good. I'm very interested to see how she performs tonight.
All right, back to Stephen Aiken.
And her opponent coming to the stage next, representing Cobra BJJ, Anna Dobbins.
Anna also comes to us through the qualifier circuit. She is another second half, maybe even first half of a jiu-jitsu family. Her husband, Cole, is a jiu-jitsu black belt. Anna training down there at Cobra. And I know that this is going to be a very tight matchup, I believe.
All right, here we go. We are underway.
Well, fun little fact, Chelsea Sperlin won 3rd place in our xmartial.com fantasy league.
Oh, really?
This season. So
Nice.
she won herself a $200 gift card to xmartial.com.
Nice, Chelsea. A PGF fan as well, it appears. They trade positions top to bottom. Anna trying to get in on the leg. She gets a little bit of an elevation, but Chelsea stepping over early and passing the guard. And she's on the hunt, looking for her anaconda choke. Dobbins hanging onto that leg. Now Chelsea clears. She's making the move around towards the back. Still hanging on, looking for the... Okay, now she's starting to think about trading to the back, using that Nelson to bend the spine. Dobbins turtled up, shelled up, trying to avoid Sperlin putting the hooks in. Chelsea riding a little bit high here. She's got to be careful that she doesn't fall off in the hunt for the hooks. Sliding off. Chelsea, though, creating some separations. That elbow starts to move away from the body for Dobbins. Chelsea moves into a, is this a rear triangle? I can't, okay, it's not. Chelsea now trying to throw over, and she may think about an Udi here, and Dobbins finds herself on top position. She's going into this Elijah setup. Look at this.
Just about 2 minutes of elapsed time here in this 10-minute regulation period.
Starting to open the elbow a little bit. Thought about trading for a Kimura. Dobbins senses too much space, drops her hip. Chelsea feels that, moves over to the top position, and she's got the Kimura grip locked up. Very strong position early for Chelsea Sperlin. Dobbins pulls back into the half guard, though. Chelsea breaks the grips, steps over, and a nice job of using her legs to help her keep position. Dobbins now trading for the front headlock. She's got a pretty good anaconda choke, and she's starting to set that up, but Dobbins coming up on a dogfight instead. Going to the knee tap. Chelsea gets her guard passed, hanging onto that front headlock just a little too long, not able to escape her hips. Dobbins passes. Chelsea continuing to hang on to the head. Got to watch out for this Von Flue choke, though. Dobbins putting pressure down, trying to move towards the mount, exposes the back. Comes the second hook for Dobbins, and the arm is trapped on the inside as well. Oh, Chelsea finds her way out, back to the top position. Dobbins with the inside position, probably thinking about a leg lock here, and South Dakota Chris, our capable referee, stepping in, checks the position out. They're going to get a reset back into the middle. Dobbins working with this butter half position. Chelsea framing across the neck. She wants to pull that butterfly hook out, it looks like. Dobbins tries to create an off balance, does so, unable to get the entry though. Controlling the hand is Chelsea Sperlin. Clears the grip of Dobbins, steps back.
Here we are, halfway point of regulation. 5 down, 5 to go. Dobbins coming in on top here.
She's got the knees pushed to the side and smashed together. Gets high with that tripod passing. Chelsea trying to pull her back into a guard position. Dobbins sneaking around the corner, but Chelsea now on a sort of a guillotine, but her legs not quite in position as now Dobbins steps all the way through. She's got an arm triangle threat. Now the back threat as Chelsea clears. Chelsea digging underneath, looking for the deep half. Decides to frame instead as she finds herself on bottom mount. She's going for the big turn. Got to be careful exposing the back. Dobbins with good control. Now Dobbins moves those hips backwards, and that's going to help her to maintain that back control a little more easily. But you see her starting to slide off the front a little bit. She's got a 2-on-1 control at the arm, tries to flip through. Looking to hunt for this armbar. Finds herself in this Choi bar position. Dobbins steps around. We already saw one submission from this position tonight in the quintet. Chelsea has to be very careful here. Dobbins on a good play. So Chelsea in the top position, but arm still threatened. Elbow is still trapped. She can still get pulled into this arm lock. Ooh, starting to extend that arm a little bit. Chelsea, it looks like she's about to pull that arm free. And she's starting to try to upgrade her grips for when it does come free. And here she goes, and now she ends up passing into side control, and she's got a potential back exposure against Dobbins now. Back and forth these ladies go. Chelsea controlling the Americana. Let's see, it looks like Chelsea trying to rush this maybe a little bit. Very nice. I love that footwork that she had with the mount there. And she's got a great position, and she's got Dobbins in big trouble. Now trading off towards the arm triangle, but Dobbins slips the elbow back. Big bridge.
Touch over 90 seconds remaining here in regulation.
Seatbelt control now for Sperlin. Moves all the way into the back, and there's the body triangle with a minute to work. Great positioning here. Oh, here's the arm trap, and it's trapped inside the body triangle. This is big trouble.
Just under a minute left to work.
Oh, she's going for this arm in. Go!
Nicely done. Chelsea Sperlin getting the sub in regulation. Those 9+ minutes to get it, and she got it.
An arm in rear naked choke.
Yeah, shades of Kaya Jackson with her famous Rotolo team.
All right, to make it official, Stephen Aiken.
And your winner by submission, moving on to our women's final, Chelsea Sperlin.
Chelsea Sperlin, we'll see her later tonight in the tournament finale. See her now, chat with Stephen Aiken.
Chelsea, I think this is the first time we've seen you out here on the PGF stage. Great, great match. Sounds like you got some really special fans here in the crowd. What do you want to say to the people?
I'm just super grateful for the opportunity Brandon gave me. I think that's so awesome, and I feel like if we had all these alternatives coming out from 10th Planet Decatur, I can come and do my thing too. So I really admire everybody coming out and stepping on the stage and putting it out here. So, and I love my kids. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you so much.
Definitely. Thank you, Chelsea. We appreciate you.
Without further ado, time for our quintet finale. We go to the mat with Stephen Aiken.
Coming to the mat for our quintet team final from Atlanta, Georgia, 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu Atlanta.
Well, they're a team, but we didn't get to see the team. We only got to see Kevin Buring. He went pop, 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 pop all the way through the 10th Planet Decatur squad. And he leads the way out here. I'm curious to see who they throw up first.
Could you imagine going all the way to Decatur, Alabama from Atlanta, then potentially not even getting on the mat because your team just runs game?
I believe all these guys could imagine it. They threw Kevin Buring up first for a reason.
Fair enough. Back to Stephen Aiken.
And their opponents from Atlanta, Georgia, Not Bad Combat.
So 2 squads from Atlanta meet in Decatur, Alabama in this quintet tournament finale.
And you know who's on this squad?
The Blade King.
The Blade King. There he is right there. TJ, I still got your driver's license in my pocket.
I know, I'm worried about that. I'm getting on an airplane.
Do not forget about this.
Please do not lose my driver's license.
Very important.
All right, PGF brought to you by Ghost. Visit them at iamghost.com. All right, we are mat side, ready for our quintet tournament finale. For our first grapplers, we go back to Stephen Aiken.
First up from 10th Planet Atlanta, Kevin Buring.
Oh, my.
Was this legal?
Hey, whoa.
Commissioner.
We got to send somebody. We got to send somebody besides Kevin out first. We got to
The
send
rules
somebody
say
besides
Kevin
out
must be
first.
replaced coming into this second match, so we'll have.
No, you got to pop to the end of the line. Sorry, Kev. I know it would have been cool to see you try to go 10-0 tonight, but it's not going down.
You can't
On the
have
mat
all
for
the
10th
fun.
Planet Atlanta, Chase Hanna. And his opponent from Not Bad Combat, Soph Del Debo.
Sorry, Kev. I love you. No hard feelings.
Oh, he's mad.
He'll be fine. He got 5 wins tonight. He's going to sleep just fine.
And you can say you were the first person to send him to the side of the mat.
Yeah, that's my only chance. Believe me, this is not a step backwards. Chase Hanna, I mean, one of the best guys that you're going to train with anywhere in the southeastern United States. He's already got a pretty good entry on the legs.
Isn't that how Elijah got hooked up with Coach Applegate?
Yes, that's right.
He challenged Chase Hanna and realized, well, I should be learning under his coach.
That's right. That's exactly what happened. Chase already digging. See how he separates the feet. Here comes that exposure. He's got it.
Oh, nicely done. Quick submission there inside the first minute of that match.
He's disgusting. I'm telling you, everything you've seen from the Atlanta guys, Chase is right there at the top, cream of the crop from that crew.
It's the weirdest compliment ever. He's disgusting. All right, to make it official, Stephen Aiken.
And your winner from 10th Planet Atlanta, Chase Hanna.
That's about as much time as he took in that super fight in the finale for season 4.
Yeah, we've seen Chase on the PGF
Up
finale
next,
stage
for
before.
Not Bad, Max Danger Spearman.
Well, Danger is his middle name, TJ, and that's exactly what he finds himself right in the middle of. So,
Dang, you beat me to it.
Well, I think maybe he wants to try to make Chase Hanna find himself in some danger.
Chase already getting good elevation on the hips, and we're going to see a reverse entry, I believe. Chase also holds a serious arm-in guillotine. Here's the entry. Oh, my. Stays on the outside heel on the other side, though. And good job by Danger of staying out of danger.
All right, we gotta limit this, B-Man.
I can't. I am what I am.
That's what you are.
So Hannah's currently chasing the submission against Danger.
Double pun.
Yeah, I like that one. That was good.
Just trying to catch up.
Chase looks back over his shoulder, receiving advice from the brilliant Sean Applegate. Good frame. Danger has been able to keep himself out of any serious entanglements so far.
Entanglements instead of danger. Okay, that's good.
I tried.
Thank you.
I felt like I wanted to say danger, though.
We were expecting it.
Chase. Chase has a pretty good position here to make a leg entry, actually. That arm is exposed, and it looks like maybe if you're watching from the outside, that maybe he's got the advantage here, but his hips are going to become light in just a second as he advances, and Chase is going to have an opportunity to create an entry on the legs.
So is he just baiting him there?
I wouldn't say that. I'd say he was just taking advantage of what the situation was presenting. But Danger has done a good job of keeping his hips back, not really allowing Chase to get the full elevation and exposure to the positions that he wants.
Past the halfway point of regulation in this match. 3 down, 3 to go.
Oh, what an off balance, but nice work keeping his balance, and they'll reset in the middle. Chase maybe thinking about getting into a shoulder crunch there, but Danger does a good job, recognizes that, pummels his hand back in front of the face, and now he's going for this underhook again. Danger going around the side, trying to pass the guard of Chase Hanna. Chase with a nifty little guard retention trick there. Grabs his own foot to help pummel. Oh, look at that little hip heist. This may be the position that Chase wanted here.
It'd be a real win for Danger if he can take Chase Hanna off the board.
I mean, that would be it. That would be a massive win. It would be a huge upset, to be honest with you. Oh, here's that entry, and Danger sniffs it out. Nothing going so far.
We talked about it last season in the PGF when we had a quintet format, that sometimes having that defensive stopper was a real benefit for a team.
Oh, absolutely. That's a huge deal. Danger looking like he might be that guy. Chase now creates the sweep, gets into top position. You got to watch out for this snipe on the legs here. Danger attacks the head, rolls through.
.30 seconds left in the match.
Using the guillotine threat to attempt the guard pass. And he's been able to keep Chase. I've been singing Chase's praises the whole time. But really, Danger has looked great.
10 seconds.
He moves forward. I don't think he's got time to make anything happen.
3, 2, 1.
That's a wrap. Ends in a draw. Both men will exit the mat, and we will make it official with Stephen Aiken.
This match finishes with a draw. Both players are eliminated.
So Danger kind of pulling that Jacob Mashburn role as a defensive stopper.
All right, time for 2 new grapplers to take the mat in this quintet tournament finale.
For 10th Planet Atlanta, Cam Chambers. And for Not Bad Combat, Felipe. What? I forgot your last name.
Is that Matos?
Matos.
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 Team effort around here.
We got you, Steven.
It's team-based grappling, team effort.
that.
So Monto's got a submission his last time around in the quintet.
Yeah, he looked pretty good.
Brandon, do you know this competitor for 10th Planet Atlanta?
I believe I've met him before. Oh my goodness, look at that. Great move towards the arm lock, but I'm not super familiar with him. Seen him around a little bit, but I'm not super familiar with his game, no.
Well, that probably bodes well for Matos.
Oh, looking for this esteem lock and gives him a lot of pressure. Had to make a big inversion and spin through it. Comes up into a pretty good position here, does Matos. He's got that cross leg, tries to take the knee cut all the way to the other side. Shut out though. There's a good chance for an off balance. Matos, good hips, nice and heavy, keeps them back. Doesn't allow the elevation. We're almost to the halfway point, and nobody really been able to get anything cooking.
I think our next break, I might go to Gen X Refines website and see if they got some Stone Temple Pilot shirts.
You could have some fun with like the album cover of Purple.
Yeah, with the little cherub baby.
Yeah.
Great album. Oh, here's a pretty good entry. Switching off to the outside. Ashi, here's the exposure on the heel. Got it!
Nicely done. Don't like to see that. Bit of injury there. Yikes.
I think he's gonna be okay though. He's probably got that ankle most likely.
All right, to make this one official, Stephen Aiken.
Your winner from 10th Planet Atlanta, Cam Chambers.
Chambers with the win.
Nice sub by Cam. And we do have a professional medical staff here ready to look at these athletes. And big shout out to TOC for taking care of us. They're great. Of course, Michael Cantrell is one of my purple belts. He's also probably the best orthopedic surgeon of all time. I'm sure there's some kind of like list. If he's not at the top of it, I'm shocked. He set us up with some good people to take care of us all week, and they're taking a look at Matos right now.
All right, time for our next matchup, and time for BMAC's favorite introduction, I
the
think.
Blade King!
Stephen Aiken.
Next up for Not Bad Combat, Blade King.
Blade King was like, what? The Blade King? Why is he calling me that?
Why'd he say the?
Right?
Man, you just got to embrace it. You don't get to pick your nicknames.
That's true.
Oh, my, good entry already for Cam. It's going to be a pretty good straight ankle lock. Switching off. Going to trade it off to the outside heel. He's going to get that. He's got a pretty, oh, my goodness. Nice save by the Blade King. Oh, he clears the knee line, exposes his back in the process. Cam jumps and ends up in the closed guard.
So I guess his nickname would be The?
Sure.
The Blade King?
Yeah.
I've never heard of anyone having the nickname The. Or The.
Oh, we wouldn't say the.
The Blade King?
The
Blade King.
Yeah.
I'd say the.
I'd say The.
I'm from Alabama.
Fair enough.
So you're tomato, we're tomato.
We're the right one.
I think we can be equally right.
Nope.
Okay.
King with double wrist control. Closed guard. Cam has a good posture right now. Blade definitely wants to break him down. Try to control his posture. See if he can get something cooking. Anytime you see double wrist control, you know the guy is thinking triangle from his closed guard.
Blade King needs to cut through those frames.
Yeah, it wasn't your best effort there.
Tried.
Little action here, straight ankle lock. Stone face from Blade.
I guess.
Handsome Kevin getting his student all kinds of instructions.
Here's a big straight ankle. Not able to get it. Oh, look, he was thinking about tapping.
Yeah, looked like it.
He might come up and take the back here. That's a good job by Cam following it over. Got a decent heel hook exposure. Not able to set the grip, though. Now switches off to the inside heel. Blade, his body weight is in the wrong spot. He really needs that weight on the knee. He's going to get tipped here. This is better. Even if he gets tipped, at least he'll have that heel protected. Now he's starting to put some weight into that knee. He's going to try to undo it here with a sprawl. There he goes. Cam recovers guard, three-quarter guard, as he digs the underhook, maybe thinking about a shoulder crunch sweep. Blade steps over. Nice work, crossface, forces his way through the guard, and that was really nice work by the Blade King. Looking for a punch choke, maybe, at least threatening it. Now he has the exposure on the elbow, and this is Kamoy's position here. We saw him do it over and over this season. Now the knee on belly. Now the mount, just cutting through the defensive framework of Cam. Heavy with the hips. That elbow getting a little bit exposed for Cam. Blade now working him up into a chopping block, threatening this arm triangle. Nice exposure of the elbow. Bails on it, goes to the punch choke again, but with that hand on the inside, that's going to be tough to finish.
Just about a minute, 20 seconds left.
But he used that punch choke to expose the back. Got the elbow line pulled across. Might be rushing this just a little bit. Yeah. Got a little bit greedy in the hunt for the submission. Lost position. Cam back into his butter half.
1 minute remains here in the match.
Blade back into the mount. Punch choke again. Cam weaves the hand through. That'll shut it down.
30 seconds.
But again, Cam potentially exposing his back in response to the punch choke. Does end up on
10
top.
seconds.
Guys pushing right here at the end.
Time going to expire here in this one.
Oh my. Ryan Aiken just got up off the bench for 10th Planet Atlanta.
All right, to make this one official, Stephen Aiken.
This match finishes with a draw. Both players are eliminated.
And it's going to be Aitken versus Maka in the next matchup. Maka looked good in his last match. We haven't seen Aitken here tonight, but we've seen Aitken, TJ, up close and personal, delivering serious, high-quality jiu-jitsu on that combat jiu-jitsu stage. Also, ADCC Open champion, one of the best in his weight in the whole world.
Remember, Aiken was supposed to take on Rashad Evans late in December of 2021. That matchup didn't come to fruition. I'd still like to see that matchup, though. Just saying.
Look at this big elevation and shoulder crunch attempt from Ryan. He's got a good pinch front head going. Sweeps him back the opposite direction, already mounted, and this is where Ryan does his best work. Ryan going to the sugar hold. Bad spot here. There's Aiken hunting for the gift wrap. Now gets under the arm. Starting to bring it up above the head. Maka kicking, bucking, bridging his hips, trying to do anything to get this monster off of him.
He's bigger than South Dakota Chris.
Aiken, he's bigger than everybody. He's going to finish that arm triangle. He's got a death squeeze right here and great positioning.
Breaking off to the side here is Aiken.
Maka trying to run and expose his back, and he does, but he has to give up the full back control. Aiken, a master right here. Got the body triangle locked on bottom position. Sliding in now. Oh my, he's just gonna burn through Maka's face with this squeeze.
On the jaw right now.
He takes the time to set it in perfect. He hasn't started his squeeze yet.
Nope.
There it is.
Still got it.
Nicely done for the CJJ World's Middleweight Champion. Make it official, Stephen Aiken.
And your winner of this match, Ryan Aiken. That makes the winner of the Ghost Extracts Quintet Team Tournament, 10th Planet Atlanta, Ryan Aiken, Chase Hanna, Kevin Buring, Stephen Dana, and Cam Chambers.
Applegate.
And Coach Sean Applegate.
I mean, we talked about how Epic Roll was the Yankees of the season. I think we found the Yankees of the quintet right here.
That quintet tournament brought to you by Ghost. Visit them at imghost.com. Look at the jabroni grappler getting out there for the team picture.
He belongs. He's one of the black belts from this school. And this is a great squad. Look at that. That is a squad. We didn't even get to see Stephen Dana. He's a killer, too.
I'm here with Sean Applegate, coach from 10th Planet Atlanta. Guys look really strong, as always. How's it feel winning this quintet tonight?
It's pretty cool, man. Like, I think originally we were told, like, I think Ryan was going to do, like, a super fight maybe with, like, a pretty big name guy, honestly, for, like, with the Subversive partnership. And then for whatever reason, you know, things just didn't pan out that way. And then they were like, well, what about this quintet? Do you guys want to do it? And so then Ryan was like, so am I still competing? And I was like, I don't know, dude. I think Brandon was like, it's not going to be, like, this huge thing, man. So, you know, whatever. And I was like, if you guys want to go do that, you can do it. They have a tournament next weekend that they wanted to get ready for, and they wanted to, like, play some game and see, like, especially Kevin and Ryan, who are competing next weekend. So I'm like, man, if you guys want to go do it, then I'll come with you and we'll do it. I was going to be here for Elijah anyway. So they came out, and, you know, big ups to the other teams. Like, they all fought super hard. I'm super impressed with everybody. Honestly, the Decatur guys looked great. These guys looked awesome. Fucking terrible situation with this guy. But like I said, man, feels good. But again, they did all the work. It's not me. So.
Well, Sean, we appreciate you guys coming out here and playing with us tonight. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Sean Applegate, the coach of your quintet team tournament. Man, those guys are killers. You mentioned them as they came out one by one. Killer. They lived up to that hype.
I mean, listen, if you're not following what the 10th Planet Atlanta crew is doing, you got to start paying attention, especially if you're a competitor and you happen to be in any of their weight class nationally. Those guys are coming.
All right, let's get to it. For our Battle-Rama introductions, we go to Stephen Aiken.
Coming to the stage first for your ex-marshal Battle-Rama final, Sawdog Sawyer Griffin!
Sawdog Sawyer Griffin making the walk for the final time in Season 5 of the PGF. He is one half of your Battle-Rama tournament finale. All right, back to Stephen Aiken.
And his opponent, Noah Randolph.
Noah Randolph making the walk. Some money on the line here between these two in this tournament finale. We will see how it plays out. How familiar with one another are these guys, B-Mac?
Everyday training partners. So very familiar. Both purple belts, both been with us for a long time. When they run in the gym, they run hard.
So Sawyer was a replacement, but he almost made the playoffs. He was 11th place, just the second person out. Man, if he kind of killed that last day, he might have made it.
And he had one of the fastest kills during the season, had that 7-second anaconda choke that was just a work of art.
Sawyer seems a good deal larger than Noah. He's got about 20 pounds?
Yeah, for sure. Sawyer had to cut a little bit of weight to get into the season this year at 185. And I think that's a little bit of what was going on with why we missed him at the beginning, why he had to be replaced by Luke Church. He cut too much weight and just was not feeling good. But by the time the middle of the week got around, he was back to full strength. But that mistake on the weight cut ended up costing him a full season roster spot.
I think we saw that in the first match. He does that kind of outside trip to hill pick.
Yeah, Sawyer, you know, he's not a very, I wouldn't call him a conventional wrestler, but he does like to wrestle. He likes to reach down and grab up that single leg.
So as replacement players, neither of these guys were auctioned off in the auction draft. And the auction draft is how all the competitors got paid before they even took the mat.
That's right. And one of these guys is going to get paid on the way out of here today, $500, courtesy of the chat and ex-marshal.
2 minutes down here in regulation. This fight has yet to hit the floor.
Of course, Noah's not afraid of standing up or being clubbed.
That's true.
As we saw with that Maximus Jolly match.
Does anything elicit emotion from Noah Randolph?
I don't know, but I thought he had the best post-fight speech of the whole season when Steven asked him, well, how you feeling? He goes, Ready to go home? He said, you got anything else to say? Nope. Head position battle.
I was saying, TJ, earlier today was the first time I saw him breathe through his mouth.
Contrary to popular belief that he doesn't breathe at all.
We had a referee stoppage because they thought he was asleep.
That's true.
But he was just being stone-faced.
BMAC put an end to that.
That clip of me running out on the mat and the clip of Max clubbing Noah in the head at full strength are the two most viral clips we've had all week. Noah and both of them. On the receiving end of both of them, actually. A lot of comments about him wearing socks, too.
At one point, there was a bounty to get those socks off of him amongst the players.
Yeah, I mean, that was like a straight-up attempt at an auction mid-match. 4 minutes down, 6 to go. Again, this Battle Rama tournament finale contested under EBI rules, 10-minute regulation. If we fail to get a winner there, we go to traditional EBI overtime rules.
And one of the participants in the finale of the first Battle Rama, Matthew Boyles, actually in the stage, in the stands right now.
Yeah, I saw Matthew during the break. I'm always happy to see him. That's a great kid. And he was a lot of fun to have here on the PGF.
Oh.
Look at this big power double out of Sawyer Griffin.
See what he can do with it. A little over half of the match remaining.
And now listen, let me tell you something. Noah's got a really good closed guard game. Super good flower sweep. Let's see what he does with it. But Sawyer just notoriously difficult to deal with.
5 down, 5 to go.
Noah keeping that guard closed, keeping the posture control. You see Sawyer wants to posture out, but you see how Noah continues to dig. He's hunting with that right hand. He wants to go under the leg of Sawyer and try to create an off balance for his flower sweep there.
You can see the jabroni grappler in the background. There's a fun meme going around this week with having the jabroni as Dr. Evil and, of course, Sawyer as Mini-Me.
Just the hair. Noah has managed to get up to his side just a little bit. Maybe getting closer to digging under the leg, and Noah thought about going to his rubber guard. If I'm Sawyer, I got to get out of this closed guard. Noah takes a 2-on-1 grip. So neither guy really willing to open their game up.
Before the season, Noah Randolph had 34 matches in the PGF between seasons 1, 3, and 4.
Jeez, that's crazy. 34 matches. What was his record?
7 wins, 17 losses, and 10 draws. 7 kills, so a 21% kill rate, which is pretty good. And remember, season 1, he was 16 years old.
Sawyer's just been unable to do anything to break that guard of Noah.
3/4 of the match have elapsed inside the final 2.5 minutes.
Noah pushing that fist into the throat, forcing Sawyer to push back, but Noah continuing with that hand on the back of the head, trying to control the posture. He wants to keep Sawyer down, but he really hasn't been able to do, he really hasn't opened his guard to try anything. If I'm Noah here, I'm thinking I got to open my guard and try to get something going. That's exactly what he does. But back to their feet they go, and they had a long battle here before Sawyer finally got that blast double.
So if time expires without a submission,
they go to overtime.
Okay.
Sawyer looks for the foot sweep, comes up empty.
Seconds.
Sawyer pushing forward hard. Tangles the leg for a split second. Reach down to grab the single. Noah shuts him out.
Now inside the final 30 seconds of regulation.
Sawyer, the Hail Mary Imanari roll.
10 seconds.
All right, a true stalemate there. We're definitely going to see overtime with these guys.
All right, we are headed to overtime. Again, traditional EBI overtime rules. 1 frame minimum, 3 frames maximum. Top half and a bottom half. Max ride time 2 minutes. Sawyer Griffin going on offense here. In the top of the first, he elects to take the back of Noah Randolph.
Sawyer, pretty good back player. You can see he gets that bottom leg tied in real quickly, gets it over to the top hip. Puts his body triangle on, but Noah keeping his foot butterflied and hooked behind the ankle. Sawyer now with the leg to the inside. Slowly working a pretty good choke here. Ooh, Noah escapes. Sawyer with the double unders, looking for the body triangle again. Gets it. Nice. Noah able to shake that bottom hook. Sawyer gets it right back, though. Sawyer's a very good back game. He was made for EBI OT. Tough as nails to finish in regulation. And very, very, very good once he gets to the back. His control here is excellent.
He had those great back attacks, or the move to the back in Decatur qualifier we saw.
Yeah, really showed out. That's really his back attacks that earned him a spot in the regular roster, although he didn't get to utilize that spot in the regular roster. It was his back attacks that got him here onto the PGF stage.
Coming down the stretch of the top of the first here.
Ooh, makes the turn, and he's out of there.
He's out. Good amount of ride time, though, accumulated for Sawyer. Now he will go on defense. Bottom of the first, overtime, and Noah electing to take the back of Sawdog.
And now Noah trying to get into his body triangle. Sawyer trying to Make Noah pay for crossing those ankles. Noah very strong right there. If you're Sawyer, you got to be super careful. You don't let Noah get around your neck at all. Or your face, like this. Both these guys just so tough, though. Oh, nice reset on the chair sit by Noah. Great chase on the back.
Did lose that right hook, though. Now back in.
Excellent work by Noah Randolph. Thought he might go for the crank there.
Past the halfway point of the bottom of the first.
Noah's had a couple of decent looks in his portion of the overtime. Sawyer now getting his head to the mat, creating a little bit of separation. He controls the wrist with both hands. Noah pulls him right back in, goes to switch the body triangle. And now Noah has passed Sawyer's ride time from round one.
Noah able to max out the ride time here. So he is in the lead as we head into the top of the second. Sawyer Griffin back on the back attack of Noah Randolph. Top of the second underway.
Sawyer immediately to the body triangle against Noah's escape. Noah spins, starting to create some separation. Look at that chest connection, though, by Sawyer. That's excellent technique. Keeping that chest glued to the center of the back. That was excellent work by Sawyer Griffin.
You know, I really like Sawyer, but I'll have to admit, I kind of hope Noah wins. I want another interview with Steven.
Noah slips that. Ooh, tries to put some pressure on Sawdog's ankle. Sawyer keeping the double underhooks, keeping good head position. Noah pushing his head out of the way, and Sawyer just fights his head right back in. So every time Noah gains a little bit of ground defensively, Sawyer sucks the space right back, and there he goes, chasing the back again, trying to flip over to the arm triangle as Noah starts his escape. He's trapped in there, though.
Still keeping the position alive, even though he's on bottom here in this. Nicely done. Wow.
Just phenomenal back control by both of these guys. Sawyer under the chin just a little bit. If he can push Noah's hand out of there, he might get a look at this choke. He's going to go for it.
Oh! There's a tap. Sawyer Griffin getting the tap in the top of the second. So now Noah Randolph going to have to try to win this one with a faster submission here in the bottom of the second.
You're going to clean off some blood, apparently, first.
Yeah, there's some blood underneath that right eye of Sawyer Griffin.
Sawyer took a beating this week. He's wearing it on his face. And let's see what Noah chooses to do. He's going to the arm lock. What do you think, Tej?
I like the spiderweb setup here. Go big or go home, and he's got to get a submission here. What's the time that he needs a submission in, B-Mac?
1 minute, 35 seconds.
1:35 for Noah Randolph to make something happen.
Sawyer already built his base up, though. Noah has to be very careful not to lose the elbow here. Ooh, tosses. Noah trying to stretch the arm. He's out.
Well, there it is.
Sawyer Griffin.
Nicely
takes
done.
The Battle-Rama.
Sawyer Griffin in the trenches all week. Now going to get his hand raised and cash in on some prize money. Stephen Aiken, make it official.
And your winner of the Martial Battle-Rama, Sawdog, Sawyer Griffin.
Nice embrace by the two grapplers. Stephen Aiken will catch up with Sawdog.
Sawdog, busy week for you, my man. You slugged it out with everybody in the room. Every time you stepped on the mat, you left your heart out here for us, man, and I appreciate that so much. What do you want to say to the folks?
I just want to thank the PGF for being the best damn jiu-jitsu tournament this side of the fucking world. All right? Number one. Number two, I want to say, hey, ex-Marshall, thank you. You've got some of the best shorts, best fight gear in the goddamn game. And number three, I want to say, oh, shoot. All right, I want to say, Noah, you're my fucking, I love you. You're so cool. You're so cool. You came in here, you're like 50 pounds underweight. You just fought me the entire time. Man, I wanted to give up. Oh my gosh, I wanted to give up, but God damn it, I wanted that money. How much did I win?
500? 500.
Listen, that's a lot, all right? For jiu-jitsu, 2 matches, that's a lot, all right? Anyway, big thanks to the PGF, big thanks to all their sponsors, Ghost, big thanks to Epic Roll, Elevate, Level. Anyway, thank you very much. Y'all have a nice one.
And he said toe hold.
And toe hold for some awesome shoes, or they're flip-flops, and they're really cool, all right?
Thank you, Sawyer. We appreciate it, brother.
Check them out.
Well, gosh darn it. Great week for Sawyer Griffin.
He's a fascinating character, isn't he?
To say the least. We ready to go?
I think we're ready.
Almost ready? Stephen Aiken.
I think we're ready.
I just want to wait for Stephen Aiken to get into position. You know,
just run it.
He's working on it. All right. Stephen Aiken, take it away.
Next match coming to the stage is for the PGF Women's 125-pound Championship. First up, Hokage Kaya Jackson.
Nice round of applause for Kaya Jackson as she has friends and family inside Becoming Church as she's hunting for another PGF championship. Wake up and choose violence. We've seen a lot of violence this week, I guess.
We have, and I actually want to get one of those rash guards and shirts for a coworker of mine. She also wakes up every day and chooses violence.
Do you incite violence from her?
No, she just comes at me and everyone else in the office.
All right, fair enough. Back to Stephen Aiken.
And her opponent from 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu Decatur, Chelsea Sperlin.
Chelsea Sperlin making the walk. She has a very tough assignment ahead of her in taking on Kaya Jackson. The PGF Gold hanging in the balance. Your thoughts, B-Mac, on Chelsea's first matchup and how she got here?
Well, Chelsea had a really tough match. She did manage to get the win. She got to the back and actually used Kaya's trademark move, the rotolotine, to get the finish. Kaya, though, quick, easy win over Darby in round 1. Under a minute, I believe.
Yes.
Here we go. We are underway again. EBI rules, 10-minute regulation. We don't get a winner inside of that. We go to EBI overtime.
Kaya already passed the guard. Chelsea, though, with a nice recovery, and she got close to that closed guard. That's been the bane of Kaya's existence throughout her competition career, and it was also here in the PGF last season.
That was the move. Everyone tries to get the closed guard on her just to slow her down.
Oh, my. She's already shucked to the back. Nice roll. Kaya putting herself in good position here early. And she's going for her rotolotine.
There you go.
She called it. She said she was definitely going to finish her final match with this movement. Chelsea holding on to her own leg, trying to save it.
But Nakai just so strong for her size.
She's strong for my size.
Wow, just like that. Kaya Jackson doubles up on her championship status here inside the PGF. Short work, all told, under 2 minutes, I think, here tonight. Nicely done.
I'm going to go get that belt and put it on her.
You go get that
here comes
belt.
Bobby. Here comes Bobby with the belt.
All right, Bobby's got the belt. All right, to make it official, Stephen Aiken.
Your winner and new 125-pound women's PGF champion, Mccaghren Jackson! Champ.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
What's up? What's up?
You work hard, you train hard, you compete hard, you're all over the place out here, making a name for yourself, representing the PGF well as the 115 champion. What do you want to say to the folks?
First, I want to say thank you to Chelsea. She's my main training partner. We drill together literally every day, and she knows my game, and I really appreciate her. Darby, also Anna, like I know these girls personally, and I really appreciate them coming out and being a part of the PGF. The PGF is amazing. Any athletes looking to get out and get tons of competition experience, come out and show what you got, man. It's amazing to be out here and be surrounded by such great people, amazing sponsors, amazing team, production, everything, amazing coaches. Guys, just come check out the PGF and get tuned in.
We love you, Kaya. Thank you so much.
With the belts now at 125 pounds, she is the winner, and a ton of support for her inside Becoming Church, and for good reason, B-Mac. What a night at the office. 2 wins, I think 2 minutes maybe at the most, and another belt for her.
Kaya, one of the most impressive athletes in the world at her weight. She made easy work of this thing tonight.
And for our main event of the evening, the 185-pound Professional Grappling Federation title is on the line. Coming to the stage first, rated R, Kamoy Anderson!
Well, if we go back to Sunday here in Decatur, it was Kamoy Anderson making history by being one half of the first ever PGF trade. Now he looks to make some history by capturing a PGF championship by upsetting the jabroni grappler, Elijah Carlton. Now time for the jabroni to make the walk back to Stephen Aiken.
And his opponent is the regular season champion of the PGF. He is the jabroni grappler, Elijah Carlton!
The jabroni grappler. Many people believed and were proven correct that he would be in this tournament finale. We've outlined the path to victory, B-Mac, for Kamoy Anderson. Is Elijah Carlton still a big favorite, though, in this match?
He has to be. He's the 3-time regular season champ. The one time he was in the PGF and didn't get the title, he finished second, lost to one guy, and Hunter Colvin, who we've seen on the national stage, is super high level. We've, of course, seen him in combat jiu-jitsu a couple of times.
Yep.
And Elijah comes out and gets right into his sweep and right over to the mount. And this is bad news for Kamoy. He's going to have to find a way to survive early.
So the record has Elijah up 2 wins, no losses to Kamoy, 1 draw. And we saw in that first day of the season that Kamoy took Elijah to a draw.
He's working this arm triangle early. Again, though, Kamoy very, very strong. Elijah heavy with that mount, though. Elijah wants to get into his S mount from here, for sure.
Slowly but surely trying to walk that arm up over the head.
Kamoy fighting to get his elbow back down below his shoulder line. And that's the battle. If Elijah can get that elbow higher than the shoulder, he's going to have a good shot at getting into a submission attempt. If Kamoy can keep his own elbow lower than his own shoulder, it's going to be very hard for Elijah to get his offense going. But now Elijah's starting to dig into that second underhook, and this could be real trouble. If he gets that elbow to the ground, oh boy. Hands go to the caps of the shoulders. The elbows are going to widen here, and Elijah's going to try to move up into his S mount.
So in the first 2 matches, it took Elijah 4 minutes and 26 seconds to get a straight ankle lock. and then took him about 5 minutes to get a heel hook in their postseason match.
Just about 2 minutes of elapsed time here in our PGF Season 5 finale.
If either one of Kamoy's elbows get raised up too high, it's going to expose the other one. And Elijah decides to bail on the double unders, comes back over to the other side, thinking about the arm triangle again. Kamoy wearing the weight, but surviving so far.
Quarter of the way through this one in regulation.
Here comes that elbow. Oh, he gets his hand to the head. That helps reinforce. Now thinking about coming back over for the second underhook. Elijah takes his head over to the other side, and I like that play by him. Elijah decides to posture up. Just didn't feel like he was gaining any ground. Starts floating on Kamoy. Elijah decides to bail on the mount. Falls back to the legs. Kamoy sniffs it out. Here comes a triangle attempt. Oh, sorry, it's a closed guard. Elijah shooting the legs up. Kamoy able to see it coming. Postures up and out, and they're going to reset. And Kamoy pulls guard in front of Elijah. Elijah controlling the bottom arm of Kamoy Anderson. Yeah, you see how he's kind of sneaking with that right hand from the back? He wants to handcuff him. Just get that right hand gripped up on the forearm of Kamoy, trap the hand, and try to work his way through the guard. And Elijah decides to sit back on the hunt for a heel hook and not able to find the entanglement that he wanted. Back to the feet they go.
Carlton takes his seat. Now back to the feet.
Elijah hangs heavy on the head. Kamoy reaches for the 2-on-1. Elijah sits, throws the hooks in at the ankles, looking for that cheap trip. Nothing going.
Here we are at the halfway point of the match. 5 down, 5 to go.
Dead silent in here. A lot of tension in the air.
Yeah, I think that tells you exactly what the stakes are in this one.
Elijah moving forward, trying to off-balance Kamoy. Wants a leg entry. Kamoy just not having it. Elijah looking for the wrist grips, just any grip that he can find, and Kamoy just rejects him at every turn. Kamoy sits. Elijah will test his guard passing. He's going to look for a leg entanglement too. He's threatening him with that inside step. And back and forth, they just trade positions. Neither man able to gain any purchase on the other. Elijah basically offering the leg. And look at that. He drops in, Takes a grip on the ankle, but again, Kamoy rejects him. And there's the body lock pass. Let's see how Elijah deals with it. He's going to try to lift the chin here for sure. Kamoy holding on tight. He's got those hips locked up. Elijah with the straight arm frames. It's going to be super hard for Kamoy to progress any kind of offense or pass while Elijah's framed out on him like this. Kamoy buries his head on the inside. Elijah abandons the frames. There's that frame. Pushes him out of there. It's excellent technical work by Elijah Carlton. Elijah hanging heavy on that head, shaking him. Elijah playing games. He'll retreat back to the center of the mat. Slap bump, 2 minutes. Ooh, this is a much better play for Elijah. He's got the overhook and both butterflies versus the body lock. Kamoy has a strong body lock though. Forces Elijah out of his A game. Elijah, though, back into the press. Pops him out of there. Kamoy escapes back to the feet again.
Inside the final 90 seconds of regulation.
I mean, this one could not be any closer. Elijah had great positioning early. Very early sweep, less than 15 seconds into the match, all the way into the mount, but not able to make anything happen.
And I think it's his path to victory, but would it be fair to say Kamoy seems like he's been playing for the draw? I mean, for the EBI overtime?
I mean, he's moved into his body lock pass a couple of times. He's pulled guard. He's showed Elijah a couple of different looks. It's just, how do you get offense cooking against him? So, no, I don't think he's been running or anything like that. I think it's just hard to get anything meaningful going against a guy like the Jabroni.
30 seconds.
Guys, I believe we're going to overtime.
It is looking that way. Final 10 seconds.
And listen, nice work by Elijah. He's really conservative a lot of his energy. He didn't overexert himself, and so he's not going to be going into the overtime exhausted, and that's good news for him. Either guy. Both guys look about as fresh as you can look heading into the overtime in the final match.
All right. After 10 minutes, we are headed to EBI overtime. Kamoy Anderson on top here. Offense in the top of the first. Takes the back of Elijah Carlton.
And this is going to be the real question is, has Elijah's defense got what it takes to stand up to the control time? Oh, my, quick turn.
Wow, nicely done. A lightning fast escape by Elijah Carlton, setting himself up quite nicely here as he goes on offense here in the bottom of the first overtime.
And Elijah will be very good offensively right off the rip.
All right, here we go. We are underway. Again, bottom of the first. Carlton on the back here of Kamoy Anderson.
Only 14.8 seconds of ride time accumulated for Kamoy in the top of the first round.
Body triangle here for the Jabroni.
He's very good here. Look at that. Great connection, chest to back. Kamoy trying to whip his hips to create some rotation, but Elijah's locked on. Tries to sneak the arm across. Kamoy reaches across, intercepts. Elijah locking that butterfly hook, that reinforcing leg, behind the hamstring of Kamoy, making it basically impossible for him to free himself from this body triangle. And see how he uses that butterfly hook to flip him back to the other side. And now Elijah has the cross grip set up. Kamoy got to be super careful here. Elijah really close to getting into his offense, and here comes the choke.
If he's able to get it, it will be over. Kamoy Anderson able to survive, though. Precarious situation, though.
Cross grip again. Elijah's foot is free, and he's going to trap the arm this time. This is going to be it here. Oh, Kamoy survived it. Oh, my. That was a really good look for Elijah that time. Going to give it to him. Can he survive?
Trying to squeeze.
Perfect.
Short time.
Oh,
my goodness. Elijah Carlton, victorious in overtime. Fastest submission, getting it done in the bottom of the first, and that's a wrap.
He just answered the questions.
That is a wrap.
He's got EBI overtime.
Elijah Carlton, once again, the PGF champion, takes the Season 5 regular season crown, takes the Season 5 postseason tournament, and Elijah Carlton proves once again why he is the king of the PGF.
All right, to make this one official and to belt our champion, Stephen Aiken.
Your winner of Season 5 of the PGF, the Jabroni Grappler, Elijah Carlton!
What a season, what a night. He will speak with Bobby, both of them.
You just want to come down and talk down there for a second? Cool, man.
Come have a seat.
Yeah, man. You worked really hard tonight. I'll come on down here and chill with you. Cozy little spot, man. Congratulations on winning Season 5 of the PGF.
Come on. Yo, come on.
I know how much this means to you, man. You play the role of the bad guy a lot, but everybody knows how cool you are and how much you like to help everybody in the community, man. It really is good to see you win. What do you want to say to the folks?
Man, I'm so appreciative of these guys behind me right here, man. I wouldn't be anywhere without these guys. Chase, come on. Thanks to all my sponsors, the Daily Triangle. Epic Roll took such good care of us this week. Thank you to you. Thanks to all the sponsors. Thanks to all the fucking haters.
You're welcome.
I'm fucking thriving. For real though, I wouldn't be anything without these guys behind me, our team at 10 Planet Atlanta. Shout out to all these guys. The PGF is just fucking awesome, and I can't wait to see where we're gonna be at in March.
Cool, man. Is there anything else that you'd like to say?
Easy fucking money.
I knew it, baby. Let's go. Congratulations to Elijah Carlton. Back to you guys.
Oh my goodness, the Jabroni Grappler, in character as always, and in victory just as often. What can you say? Man.
He's the PGF GOAT.
He is. And it's going to be very interesting to see as we step into Season 6 and this new wave of the PGF starts to take hold. How will Elijah look as we move forward with the PGF? It's going to be very interesting. But I'd really like to hear from Kamoy right here.
Anderson, runner-up for this season. Man, it was really impressive to see you get this far. I know you, again, worked your butt off. Really, thought you had your opportunity getting into the finals here, getting into the EBI. I really thought that was your best chance to win, too, man. How are you feeling after that?
I feel good, man. I'm proud of myself. I did something, something that a lot of people from the beginning I was doing, like the drafts or even just mock drafts, they probably didn't expect to see me in the finals. I kind of ruined everybody's plans. They thought it was going to be Travis and Elijah. Kind of ruined that for you guys. Sorry about that. But I feel good. Yeah, I feel accomplished. I didn't take first, but I feel good. I'm still going home with a smile on my face. I made some money. Any chance I get to be a part of PGF, I'm taking it. VMAC is great. I don't got to say much. VMAC is great. Shout out to all the sponsors, man. I'm a promoter myself, so I know how important it is for the sponsor-promoter relationship, the support. So shout out to all the sponsors that support, especially the ones that actually showed up here to the venue all week. Whew, that's a big thing right there. Shout out to you guys that came out and just was here with us throughout the whole week. Shout out to Elijah. He definitely deserved it. Kind of wanted to spoil his party too, but he's a man, you know. He won this for a reason. Shout out to him. But yeah, I feel good. Oh, one more thing. Shout out to all my team, 10th Planet Austin. Shout out to the whole 10th Planet Association. Yeah, it's always a 10 all day.
Well, Kamoy, any of us that have competed in the PGF, we know how hard it is to even just get through the season to the playoffs, making it to the finals, making it to the final of the finals. It means a lot, man. So congratulations to you for your hard work and your effort, man, and we appreciate you so much. Thank you.
Number 1 and number 2 come playoff night, the Jabroni, Elijah Carlton, and Rated R, Kamoy Anderson. What a night, what a season. It's been a marathon to get here. And there's not many marathons I can run, guys, but I'm happy I ran this one with you. And the stories, the narratives, man, so much to look forward to. I mean, next year's going to be even bigger, BMAC. Las Vegas.
And I have so many great things to tell you guys. It's just not ready just yet. I know I've teased a big announcement. I did give a big announcement, but believe me.
Wait, that wasn't the biggest of the announcements that might be coming?
No. What? Keep your eyes open for December.
Okay. All right. To be continued.
I'll just say, as a super fan and all the other fans I've seen in the chat and all around here, we're just pumped. The next PGF season is just around the corner. We don't have to wait a year. It's just a handful of months. It's going to be here before we know it.
You're going to add some madness of your own to the month of March.
Yeah, it's going to be a true March Madness, a PGF March Madness. And listen, it has been truly from the bottom of my heart, DJ, Egg. It's been my most fun I've ever had doing commentary. I feel like I really love you guys and appreciate you. TJ, you already know how I feel about you. One of my greatest friends. Slap it up right here, TJ. And it's always, I really feel like you're the best in the game, dude.
I appreciate that.
You're the best
Thank
in the
you.
world at what you do. And
Thank you.
I love having you be here with us for the whole week. It meant a lot to me that you came. It means a lot to me to have you as a friend, and I thank you a lot. Egg, day one with the PGF, bro.
Yes, sir.
You earned your spot up here, and you're great at, man, it just adds so much to the PGF to have your involvement. It genuinely means the world to me, and I couldn't thank you enough, man.
Thanks, Coach. I appreciate you making this for all of us fans. Of course, TJ, for just elevating us and taking the guy from behind the screen, coming here and actually making him somewhat competent because of all the great things, all the handing offs and just being somebody I can emulate. So thank you, sir.
Well, you did great. Thank you, sir. All right.
Not bad for a rookie, huh?
Not bad at all.
Not bad.
I mean, he's so quick with the stats, and coming up, not only finding the stats, but coming up with stats off the top of his head that make sense for the moments. And you said it was everything you love about sports plus jiu-jitsu. I would say it's everything I love about sports plus a lot more that I didn't even know I loved about sports. And a lot more that I didn't even know I loved about jiu-jitsu. Some of the biggest stars, I think, upcoming here in the sport of jiu-jitsu, they take center stage on this PGF mat. And I'm going to be remembering a lot of names as we move forward. Not just Elijah Carlton and Kamoy Anderson for making it to the finale there, but every single one of these players really carved out a spot for themselves in my mind, and I think a lot of the minds of the viewers at home.
You know who else I love? Keelan Lawyer, Conscious Keelan. One of my best friends, my partner in this ride from day one. Before anybody else could become a fan, Keelan was there working on it. We were at the table at my house, at the kitchen table, me and him and Lindsay, and we just laid out a bunch of paper. I just laid out a bunch of pieces of paper, and I said, let's lay this thing out. And it's an idea that I had been cooking for quite a while. We laid it out. Another person who was really crucial in helping kind of shape the idea of the PGF was Matt Scaff. Again, Matt, he's been with me training every day, literally every day, since he was a white belt. He's now closing in on his second-degree black belt coming up at the beginning of the year. And we've seen him coach in the PGF. He's been the voice of the PGF every season up until now. And I just want to give a special shout out to him. And then number one shout out for me goes to my wife she's really the hero of every good thing in my life.
Well said. You fawn over her.
I love her. I love her. Yeah. I got to go do manager stuff. I'm going to sing guys to you.
All right.
Let's have a celebratory little moment right here, just the three of us. All right. Great job. Come in. I love you guys.
All right. The commish going to go do commish things. Thanks,
We're coming to Vegas, baby.
Yes, we are.
Vegas,
PGF.
baby, Vegas.
Season 6, doing it big in Sin City. Again, keep it locked, pgfhome.com, BMAC on Instagram. You can find out all the information as it becomes available to you. We will definitely figure it out. I'm going to have to brush up on my blackjack skills.
Yeah, I just get one of those little cards. I do what it says. I lose slowly, occasionally get a free drink. You know, it's an okay time.
I win at blackjack, generally.
Well, then I need to play with you and do whatever you tell me to do.
I went to dealer school.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Well,
Yeah.
you know, I follow orders really well. So
Perfect.
I'll be the third baseman if you want, whatever you need.
All right, awesome. I like it.
So,
the highlight of the season 5 finale for yourself, Egg, what was it?
It has to be the Jabroni Grappler. I mean, we had questions.
Right.
We weren't sure. I mean, we knew in the sub-only format he was the king. We knew in the PGF regular season format he was the king. But we had questions of, can he do EBI overtimes? And, well, he proved it.
Yeah, I mean, the strategy of EBI overtime and the ride time and all the tactics that go into it, that goes by the wayside if you're able to lock up a submission. And we saw that.
And even before that, he had some phenomenal tactics.
Right.
He was racking up ride time as well. And I think that might have helped him get that submission because you start playing games within games. While you're worried about, not having the right time, he's sinking in that choke.
No, 100%. And, I mean, the time is not hitting midnight for the Jabroni Grappler, Elijah Carlton. As this promotion and, the concept of PGF continues to grow, I got to believe that the star power is going to continue to grow for Carlton. I think back to my first few EBIs when it was the Danaher Death Squad that was, running game, whether it be Gary Tonin, Eddie Cummings, obviously the King, Gordon Ryan. Elijah Carlton has set himself up in a position to try to follow in those footsteps of being the poster child and just elevating not only this, company and promotion, but his game as well. And no one's been able to seem to rip it away from him at this point.
Yeah, he said every challenge put in front of him, he takes it out. Obviously Hunter Colvin, who had a good amount of weight on him and a whole lot of experience.
Right.
The one guy that could take him out, but he just did so amazing. If I could, just real quick, I just want to give a shout out to Kai Johnson, who's been moderating the chat, been answering a lot of questions from people out there. We try to be as interactive as possible with the fans, and he's been helping us a lot. Thank you, Kai. Appreciate it, man.
All right, to my left, a man that is not afraid to go anywhere to get his job done. He'll put on many different caps, whether it's the mat announcer, whether it's an auctioneer at the draft, whether it's just a pal to sit down on the floor crisscross applesauce style. Stephen Aiken, job well done, sir.
Thank you, TJ. I appreciate that. You guys did an amazing job as well. I appreciate those cues. You made it easier for me by the week to look better and better, so thank you for that.
Your thoughts on what unfolded here tonight? Elijah Carlton, a lot of people expected him to be in the tournament finale. They didn't necessarily expect him to be standing in front of Kamoy Anderson, but expect the unexpected, and it was a fun show to watch.
No, definitely. I think Elijah was the clear favorite going into the season and into the playoffs after being number one. I knew Kamoy had a shot with his EBI skill set. I've seen him, make it through tournaments with going all the way through like he did tonight. He was on the mat for 30 minutes before the overtime started with Elijah. That's a lot of work. So I was really impressed by him for making it in there. Like you said, breaking everybody's hearts for that Travis Thomas matchup. And Elijah's just on another level right now. He's really hard to handle. He's got a few moves that people haven't quite picked up on yet. And when he hits them, it's nice. The night's over for these guys. So super happy for him. He works hard. He deserves all the praise and glory for that. The quintet stuff was fun. Reffing was not as much fun.
Well, I mean, you're just wearing a suit. How can that be fun?
I know. I was like, just let me bring a change of clothes next time if I got to do this, and I'll swap wardrobes or something like that. But, anything for the show. We got to keep it rolling. I know the people at home love it, and I don't know. I'm just here for it. So whatever they need, I'll do it within reason.
You got a new moniker. You became Bobby 3 of them.
Oh, I leveled up. I think I want to ask Coach if I got my purple belt this week.
I mean, let's be honest. You're Bobby all of them.
I'm all of it.
You'll do whatever you need to do.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. If you have things you need done, I can do it. Just hit me up.
I got some dishes at home.
I could actually do those too. My wife has taught me very well.
Really?
Yeah.
I've been fighting that my whole life, so I don't know how to do dishes.
Oh, I don't enjoy it, but I do know how.
Right. Yeah. I'll just play stupid forever. Big announcement tonight. PGF headed to Las Vegas, season 6 in March. It's gonna be exciting.
It's definitely exciting. There's been lots of work going in over the years behind the scenes from lots of people to try to see this vision grow into the possibilities of what they're coming now. Lots of us bought in because we thought that the format was great, the camaraderie between the guys was great. The experience as a competitor for myself really was like powerful, like we heard a lot of the guys this season saying. It's unlike anything else. If you haven't competed in it, it's really hard to even quantify through watching it even. As you heard all these guys that have seen PGF say at the end of the week, it's not what I thought it was. I figured I was going to be able to make it. People think they roll 3 or 4 or 5 nights or rolls a night in class. It's not the same thing as 3 matches a night, every night, with the live stream going and people calling your name. It's really hard. It's a lot. So I love it, and I'm excited and really, really happy to see, Keelan and Brandon possibly be able to reap some of the benefits of their hard work now.
Absolutely. Getting back to that gauntlet that this regular season format is, I mean, look no further than the face of Sawyer Griffin. The man was oozing blood underneath his right eye. Like, I know it's not, a mixed martial arts fight by any means, but these guys were fighting and scrapping for every inch on the mat. And, man, I can't imagine. It's brutal on the body.
It definitely is.
So, all right, Steven. Appreciate you.
Thank you guys so much. It was great working with y'all this season. Everybody tuning in. Obviously, same thing everybody else said. We love you guys. It wouldn't be much without the fans. The fans are actually what built the PGF up in the chats. Everyone just loving it and being hyped up every week when we were doing the shows. So thank you guys so much. And I can't wait. Hopefully I'll be back next year, jumping out there in Vegas and putting on the show with everybody else there.
2 things before you leave. First off, you looked stunning tonight, and I think it's because that time you spent with Handsome Kevin.
Oh,
that was great.
I realized that there was a video of that. I didn't know that people.
We had the cucumbers on your eyes,
That was really annoying. You can't hire much good help these days, but Handsome Kev had my back.
And then also too, I don't even know if you know this. Do you know you got a super chat tip earlier in the week?
I did not know that.
Yeah,
no.
$20.
Sick. Who was that?
I don't know.
Whoever you were, thank you so much. Shoot me a DM on Instagram or whatever, and let's get to know you. I'll chop it up, technique, jokes,
all right,
whatever they got.
You just soliciting a friend right now? Is that
I
what
mean,
you want?
I like people, and if you're into my stuff, then I'm down. I'll chat.
See, you're so polite. That's why I didn't get any super chats.
Oh,
because I'm not very nice.
No, you get money towards your flip flop.
£2. Do you know how much £2 are worth in US dollars?
I do not.
Yeah, me neither. I don't know if I'm coming out like super ahead or.
Well, it's ahead than what you were.
That's
right?
true.
You didn't have any of the pounds when you got here.
I need a lot more than £2 though to get a pair of toe holds. So
that's true.
All right.
Maybe I'll call somebody and see if they'll send in a favor for you or anything.
Don't you dare tease me, Steven.
I'll call them. I can't promise anything, but I'll make the call for you, TJ.
Thank
you so much, brother.
Awesome.
Egg, I love you, man.
Of course.
Thank
you too, brother.
Steven Aiken, kind enough to give us a few moments as we shut down